All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
What's going on, everyone? Good evening and welcome. This is the All Sports, All Plays Network. This is your boy, Freddie Henderson. This is the Real Talk crew. As you can see, we have a full house tonight. When I say full house, I mean full house. Right next to me, we got my dude, Kenny. What's going on, Kenny?
What's up? What's up? Good to be back.
I can't hear.
You know, my Knicks off to a solid 2-1 start. My Cowboys had the week off, so all is good in the hood.
You know what? I will say this. You know, Kenny coming here a little bit more logical, a little bit more smarter. He's analyzing the game a little bit more better today because the Cowboys didn't play yesterday. Today going to be a good day, ladies and gentlemen. And then right next to me, Mike, stand up. Mike, what's going on, bro?
Man, I'm chilling, bro. Matt Nagy's got COVID. The Blackhawks suck. The Bulls are great. Just chill week. It's a chill week.
Hey, there you go. Then we got, yes, he's back for his second week on the network. Got Pride. What's going on, Pride?
I'm just here to piss somebody off. That's really it, bro. I'm here to get somebody tight. If I leave and Freddie's vein is about to pop on his forehead, I did a good job today.
Well, good thing. I'm the teacher. I'm the superintendent. I'm the GOAT. It takes a lot to make me mad, sir.
Kobe's overrated.
And then you have Miss Elena coming in. What's going on, Elena?
What's going on? It's the real GOAT. Don't let Freddie confuse y'all. The real GOAT is in the building. Just to let y'all know, aka the bus driver. I'm taking Freddie to school every single day. I'm back on the show, y'all. How y'all doing, fellas?
What's good, Elena?
Let them know.
Be clear.
Big dog.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let them know what it is.
It's how we probably meet. Big dog. We in the building.
What happened? What's up? And then we have Mr. Bishop. He making his debut on the All Sports All Plays Network. What's going on, my brother?
What's good? WGO. What's going on, y'all? How y'all living, man? My Eagles, of course, they suck. They was doo-doo. They been doo-doo all season. But as y'all can see, Sooner Nation in the back, man. My Sooners won, came back on Saturday.
Spencer Rattler sucks too.
Who?
Spencer Rattler sucks too.
Wow.
I don't agree with that. I wouldn't say he suck, but he's not the best starter in quarterback. That's why we got Caleb in right now.
I'll say this. And the way he's playing right now, he didn't deserve that Netflix show. Agreed.
Oh,
I
not
totally
the Netflix.
I totally agree with you. Partner, I totally agree with you 100%. And he'll probably enter the transfer portal.
Yeah, probably.
Without a doubt.
He'll come take my boy Dabo. Dabo will take care of him nice and in Clemson. It'll be all good.
Man,
well, Clemson
got quarterback issues in Clemson too, buddy.
Oh yeah, my boy Uwe horrible. He's horrible.
Yeah, Clemson needed.
Yeah,
they taking some serious L's this year.
Yeah, it's bad. It's looking bad.
Man, let them make it, Mike. Just me to do that, man. They suck. Let them make it, bro. That dude coming with the heat is already.
Nobody say
rough. My team rough. The team is rough.
Yeah. He
but
good.
Bishop,
he's great.
Hey, Bishop, tell the people where they can find you. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, real quick, man. As they said, my name is Sean Bishop Davis, man. I'm a 21-year veteran in the Army. I retired back in 2013. I reside in San Antonio, Texas. Just so y'all know, man, just for y'all sports fans, y'all pay attention for you college players, man, that watch college football. Y'all see UTSA is on the map, man. University of Texas, San Antonio, they broke the top 25 in the AP poll and the coaches poll. They're number 23 ranked in the nation right now. So San Antonio is looking good right now. But I do a few other I do my top 25 sports top 25 college predictions on Saturday or Friday night, either one. Just giving them what I feel my predictions would be on who I think will win on Saturdays and stuff like that. Then I only do the top 25. The other teams are irrelevant, like Clemson. But anyway, we don't.
Shots fired. Stick and move.
But yeah, man, I'm happy to be on here, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. It's good to see y'all faces, man. Let's get this.
Yes, sir. Before we get into the debates, got a quick video, a quick preview, sneak peek for next Monday, because we have a big show planned here on the All Sports All Plays Network.
Hey everyone, Kelsey Nicole Nelson here, a DMV-based sports reporter and host, working right now with the Draft Network and listening with KNN on Fox Sports Radio, as well as many other things. Look, if it's in DC, I cover it, trying to bring the sports fans the knowledge and news that they need. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to tell you all about the ASAP Sports Network. That's All Sports All Plays Network, because let me tell you, the fellas bring the heat each and every show and each and every time they come on. I've had a chance and a privilege to be a special guest. I'm already looking forward to the next time. But again, the ASAP Network is going to be one that you all want to check out on social media, because there's good sports shows, and then there's great sports shows, and then there's the ASAP Sports Network. Check them out on social media. You won't be disappointed. Again, I'm giving my endorsement to them because they're just that good. So be sure to check them out. You won't regret it. Bye, guys.
Yes, you can tune next Monday. Miss Kelsey Nicole Nelson will be back on the network here on Real Talk next Monday, 8 p.m. Central. You do not want to miss. It's going to be a wonderful episode. Going to talk about the Washington football team and much more with Kelsey next week. With all that being said, gentlemen, it's time for me to start teaching.
And
ladies.
Oh, please.
It's time for me to start teaching y'all yet again. Bishop,
what not to say?
Bishop, one thing that goes on down here on Real Talk is that I'm the teacher. And I get to teach. I get to teach a lot of wonderful people here on the network. Kenny. I'm gonna tell you about Kenny. Kenny is this is when he got on this show. He didn't know much. But now he's so smart.
Let him go.
Wow.
Let him go.
The cap here is just.
Wow. Are you finished? Can I respond?
He's treating you like Shaq be treating Kenny Smith.
Are you finished? Can I respond? Are you finished? Can I respond?
I'm done.
Okay. Hey, listen, Sean. You're new to the network, so let me just hit you the game. We have something that's called Freddie Facts, and basically they're facts only in Freddie's mind. And so when things come out of Freddie's mouth that makes absolutely no sense, there's no value in it, there's no truth in it whatsoever. That's what's called Freddie Facts. So that's what you just heard just now.
Don't forget, we got something new now. It just started last week. I'm calling it Preaching Pride. And
oh my God! Nobody.
Every now and then you get Preaching Pride. Pride's a cool dude. Pride's a cool cat, but sometimes
Pride is my guy, man. Forget y'all. Pride is my guy. I'm going to bat.
Elena, did you watch Real Talk last week?
I watched yes, man. And
did you hear what this man said?
First of all, y'all had me.
We're gonna skip it.
Yeah. Like we skipping it. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, let's not go back there.
We're not gonna retry the case.
Did I miss something?
Yeah.
Hey, if we bring that up, Bishop, it's gonna go to a whole nother place. I promise you. But
let's all gonna be here screaming over each other.
But
I just want to say,
can I ask you this, Freddie? Can I ask you this, Freddie? Is this something that you was telling us, me and my boy, about in regards to Kobe and LeBron?
Yes, it is. Yes, sir.
I just want to say one thing for the record. I just want to say one thing for the record. Mike, Kenny, I'm not starting it. I didn't bring it up, so I don't want to get yelled at. This is the second time he brought it up, and I'm gonna get yelled at for it. I'm innocent.
We're moving on. We're moving on.
No. You're not really innocent, dog. You can't do that. You're not really innocent.
Ride with you too.
Well, hold on. Are we supposed to be talking about football?
That's my
dog. Wait, are we supposed to be talking about football?
No, we're talking about basketball.
Actually, we're gonna start with basketball first. We're gonna do an NBA hot take. Kenny, give me an NBA hot take, my brother.
Yes, sir. So it's time for us to add another player to the superstar category. and that player is none other than Ja Morant.
Mm.
He started out, you know, he kind of had a coming out party in the playoffs, you know, in his brief playoff run, and he's just continued it going on into the season. We saw what he did last night, 40-10 on the Lakers. And it's just time for us to. It's time for everybody to know that this kid is a superstar in this league. So that's my hot take. Ja Morant is the new NBA superstar.
I'll go.
Do you recall when I told you we had a show? I believe this was a couple weeks ago, and I
did talk about Ja.
I said Ja was gonna be in that top 5. I just wanted to put it out there. I just wanted to put it out.
I don't know about top 5, but he is a superstar.
No, I said top 5 for this season, just for like. Just
I don't know about that yet.
As far as about players this season that we're gonna.
We know it's not going to be Russ. I
if
can
we're
tell
gonna
you
be
that.
fair, like early season, like right, you know, because of course,
it's only a couple
early
games.
Early season, like he's off to one of the hottest starts.
I'm gonna give my hot take real quick. Frank Vogel will not be the head coach of the Lakers by the time February roll around.
That ain't even. That's not even.
The assistant coach, I can't think of his name, that they just hired.
Fitz.
Fitzpatrick. Fizdale. David Fizdale will fill in as the head coach if Frank Vogel cannot get this team to mesh. If he cannot find out who we want the ball to who we want the ball to be in whose hand out of Russell Westbrook or LeBron, and so I believe that Frank Vogel is on the hot seat. And the reason why I say that is because we got to remember. I understand that, but the reason I'm saying this, listen to what I'm saying. We got to remember LeBron didn't want Frank Vogel. He wanted Tyronn Lue. And if they go out there struggling.
He hates Frank Vogel, though.
No, they don't.
I'm not going to say he love him neither.
They don't. Especially once on a championship together. I'm sure, you know, that's kind of.
He's holding him in a high regard. You know why Freddie's right? You know why Freddie's right? And I even hate saying this, but
preach, sister.
He's right because there's been questions about Frank Vogel's coaching, even when they were in the championship season.
The lineups,
and then after the line, and that's the biggest problem is the lineups. He's yet to find the right, which the answer is obvious for what the lineup should be for the Lakers.
My boy Montrezl bogus too.
And not even that. It's obvious for what the lineup should be, and it's obvious how the offense should run. And that was his problem in Indiana. He couldn't get the lineups right, and he couldn't get what offense should be run to kind of play to his player strengths. And he's having problems with that with the Lakers. And this is damn near an all-star team. So if you can't get it right with this team,
that's the problem, Elena. But that's the problem, Elena, right there, is the fact that they got an all-star team. You're not gonna figure out, my personal opinion, you're not gonna figure out that lineup that quick. You have so many superstars on your squad currently. There's no way you can figure out that lineup so quickly. You got to see who meshes with who. That's why right now Westbrook is having problems with turnovers because of the simple fact he's not used to having that many or having an all-star team around him every night they play.
Yeah,
he's trying to force passes because. He's forcing passes because normally he ain't passing to a superstar. He's passing to a mediocre player. But now he got a bunch of superstars surrounded all around him. It's like, man, I could throw this nice pass to him. Oh, but hey, that dude in the way, I can't get that pass. You know, he trying to do everything he can to make smart passes, but it's not working because no one is used to all. You got all-stars sitting on the bench. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, no, that's real. That's real.
You see, Carmelo comes in and dropped 30?
28.
28.
And they said he was done.
Yeah,
exactly. 37 years old. Come on. Some people might say he washed up, but you got to keep it 100. This dude dropping 30 points off the bench, bruh.
No,
that lineup is hard to figure out. I'm just saying, that's just me. I feel like that lineup is hard to figure out, to be honest.
I hear what you're saying, but I think the counter to that is, as a coach, you've seen all these players in a large enough sample size to know what they do well and know what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are.
Not
so
yet,
you should be able to.
Not yet.
No.
But you've seen that. But he hasn't seen that with it. But he had the thing is though. I see your point, but he hasn't seen it with them with each other.
Gotcha.
So
right, and what you're trying to figure out,
he's like playing like 9 or 10 guys right now. So he's trying to figure out rotations. He's trying to figure out which combination works with which
best.
That's very true. Yeah,
I will say this.
That's a good point. That's true.
I will say this. I was more impressed with his lineups on Sunday.
He's he didn't go deep as Avery Bradley. He didn't go deep to a lot of those other guys. It seemed like the lineup with I believe it had LeBron, I believe it had Russ, Melo, and Reeves in there. That lineup on the second unit is real nice to see.
Right.
And
you still gotta account that Taylor and Nunn are coming back at some point.
Yeah.
And Wayne
I like
Ellington.
That's what I'm saying.
Austin Reeves.
He's got
Austin
something
Reeves
to
be a
do.
sleeper.
And another clear way you could tell is because AD and whatchamacall got into a little scuffle, a little rumble.
Yeah, Dwight Howard.
And Dwight Howard on the bench. That right there tells you.
I love it too.
I love it too.
That right there tells you that they're not meshed yet. That right there tells you.
No, that argument don't tell me that they meshed. That's not what that tells me. You know what that tells me?
Not meshed yet.
And he finally grew a set. Because that's been the biggest knock on him. That dog.
Yeah.
And now he like, yo, now I'm that dog and then some.
But listen, Pride.
I love it.
But listen, Pride. I hear what you're saying. But honestly, he never had to do that before. He never had to do that with the team.
Yeah, he was in a
That's
different position.
That's the issue. That's why I say that.
Right.
But also, I think.
Go ahead. My bad. But I felt like with Pride's point is kind of when Dwight first came to the Lakers. The second time Dwight came back to the Lakers.
He's been there a couple times.
I felt like
he
wasn't as cocky as he is right now. I feel like you got a lot of that. Okay, well, you couldn't win without me last year. So he came back with kind of this attitude, and I've been peeping that.
No, Mike, that's not that, bro.
Mike is not all the way wrong.
Mike is
not all the way wrong.
No. Listen, this is what I'm saying. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
That is true. Especially considering that one of their problems was the fact that they really didn't really have big men like that. They try to go to finesse instead of like the roughest when they had Dwight.
Dwight's been giving me that vibe.
Always been soft.
Yeah,
Mike's been soft.
No, but Mike's not wrong. But
Elena, listen.
Dwight has a chip. Hold on. Dwight has a chip, but that's not the chip that I think that he's bringing to the table. Dwight's chip right now is that he was left off that 75 list. That's his chip. Like,
that's not a problem at all.
No, it is. No, it is a problem.
That's not a problem.
No, he shouldn't.
No, it has something to do with it. It got score on that.
He definitely
heard about it.
Freddie.
One at a time, people.
He took that personal. I don't care what nobody says. He took that personal because if you stack Dwight's resume against a lot of the people that made it over him, Dwight deserves to be on that list. So he has the chip for that. I don't care what nobody says.
That's not the reason. That is not the reason, Elena. Can I tell you what the reason is?
It might be the sole reason, but it's a part of.
It's at least a reason.
Can I tell you the reason?
It is at least a reason.
Can I tell you the reason?
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
Mike, you're absolutely wrong. Dwight, the second time, came in here and do these, he liked to do little shenanigans, on the court. Because, he's so big, he liked to push people around. Right. Friday night, I looked at a play when he fouled Chris Paul, and then he let Chris Paul get in his head, and, he does dumb stuff to add extra points to the game. He's done that when he was with us the second time. AD seen that, and bro, like you're already down by 30. You're getting your tail whipped. You're getting your tail whipped, okay? Right. And then then he started walking to the bench and trying to get the man's attention.
That's the chip I'm talking about, Freddie. I'm not talking about the antics. I know about the antics.
But that's who he is.
What I'm talking about is though the second time he came back, if Brown was talking to him and AD was talking to him, he was listening. This time he was walking away from AD like he was the shit, and AD was like, "Nah."
But you
I see what
you're saying.
But that also comes after the 75 list came out. You understand? You realize that, right? The day before they finalized the list and pretty much put the entire list out. You really AD made it over Dwight Howard.
They're teammates, bro. They not gonna let them teammates.
But he already
no. Hold on, no. You can't use that teammate thing because you acted like this is like Kobe Bryant, Metta World Peace, who are like boys that, bro. Dwight came and Dwight left, bro. Like, if you're telling me Dwight really that loyal to AD that I wouldn't bother him, you crazy, homie.
It was a money thing, bro. What are you talking about? He didn't want to leave LA. It was a money thing. The Lakers didn't want to pay what Philadelphia did. What are you talking about?
But what Pride is saying?
It doesn't matter because if he really wanted to stay, he would have took less.
No. Yeah. So you'll take less. You that old player, you gonna take less.
When I'm at the tail end of my career, I'm at the tail end of my career,
we seen Rondo leave, and Rondo didn't want to leave. He wanted that payday.
And Rondo
reason.
wasn't
And Rondo came
nowhere
back,
near
and
being
he
the top
came back.
75. Dwight
LeBron
was.
Rondo's left everywhere.
a few times.
Thank you, Mike. Like, come
LeBron
on,
took
man.
less
We can't use
everywhere
Rondo.
LeBron took less before a few times.
Yeah, and
Huge
Howard only got
multiple
2.5. I just looked it up. Howard only got 2.56 million from the Sixers. It wasn't about
And
the
it's
money.
like he took
And the Lakers offered him $1 million, and guess a minimum deal. Guess what? He signed, and then he backed out when Philadelphia came knocking on the door.
And what happened in Philly? What was the result in Philly?
You tell me.
I'm not going that right, but Freddie, for you to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, he wanted to stay," you can't say that when, like you said, he took the deal and then backed out. If you took the deal and backed out, that tells me you were still looking. So that tells me you really wasn't all
You weren't committed.
You really wasn't committed like that because
no, you were committed when you sign, when you agree. But
Freddie,
somebody came to him with a better offer. You mean to tell me you go to a job and you say I agree, but somebody comes with $4 or $5 more an hour, you ain't gonna say I'm
but
going to sign over.
It doesn't matter if you go to that job and you're not successful at that job and you're getting paid more. It doesn't matter.
Who cares about being more successful when you're getting paid more, Elena? Nobody cares about that.
Dwight Howard does because at the end of the day, he went to Philly and what happened? He went to Philly and what exactly?
Like this ain't a max contract. You talking about $1.5 million. And on top of that, bro, Dwight felt stupid. That's why he came back. He felt dumb because he thought, oh yeah, but we was gonna get it. And he felt like he had a better chance in Philly. And guess what? Took an L and came back. So
all right, let's keep it moving. Yeah. What's up, Key? What's up, Key?
We didn't get the rest of the hot takes.
You interrupted me. I forgot it. Mike, give me a hot take. Give us a hot take, please.
Gonna get some hate on this one.
Zach LaVine MVP. I know it.
No. The best point guard coming out, specifically, pure natural point guard. Not no James Harden wannabe point guard because Kyrie's out. Talking about a real point guard. Close. LaMelo Ball is the best point guard coming out of the East this year, and I truly do believe that this kid's crazy things right now. Now I'm just talking the East.
That's not that far. I'm not really mad at that, to be honest with you.
I'm not mad at that either.
A lot of people think it's gonna be Lonzo. They ain't watching LaMelo. They ain't watching Charlotte, but Charlotte's coming. Like right now, who's top 2 in the East is the Ball brothers. We got Lonzo at 1.
Yeah,
LaMelo's at 2. It's just 4 games in. But LaMelo's looking nice. And so
he sure is.
He's confident, man.
Zach LaVine look nice too.
He looking nice too. And
so do Lonzo.
Hey, real quick, Freddie, just to say, man, we talking all that DeMar and Zach won't work, but we seeing every night. You know, it's switching. They rotating. Who's taking the big shots? They cool with it.
No, that was me. That was me that was concerned about that.
All that slander from Freddie, though.
They're off to a good start. They feel like they
play. I believe right now we're about to be
Bishop. If you keep playing the Pistons, then
what's up, man?
Yeah.
Right, Kenny.
That helps.
You know, I mean, it helps, but at the end of the day, they can't set their own schedule, and if they lose, we would be killing them. So I'm not going to be like, oh, it's just the Pistons, because if they lost,
they
get lucky to I ain't going to kill them too much.
Pride, schedule do matter, but
I never said it didn't, but I'm just simply stating you got to give them some props, because if they were, if they
got to beat the teams that you got to beat the teams on your schedule,
just like the Lakers. When the Lakers lose it, we kill them.
Kenny, you sound like a Cowboy fan. Oh, you gotta be.
Well, that's why I knew that's where you was going. That's why as soon as you said that schedule,
he's like, "Yo, call me Mr. Cat," because I predict these things.
Yo, Bishop,
what's up, man?
Give me a hot take.
So my hot take, man, I'm gonna give you a hot take. My hot take is right. A lot of people right now are really hype on the GOAT, and I'm not talking about you, Freddie. I'm talking about the real GOAT, Tom Brady. However, I feel as though Kyler Murray is gonna get the MVP in the NFL this year.
Ooh.
I feel like Kyler Murray is gonna make it happen. If you watched that Arizona game yesterday and watch what Kyler Murray did in that game yesterday,
is the Texans?
Huh?
To the Texans, you talking about?
Yeah, decent.
But still, it's still the fact that it is the Texans.
That's what we're making the MVP case on?
But no, we're not making an MVP. Hold on, we're not making an MVP case on Texas. We make an MVP case on the fact they 7-0. Let's keep it 100. We ain't talking about just Texas. Let's talk about they 7-0.
No. When you said, did you see that game yesterday? I was like,
what I'm saying is that game right there was probably the most that he's been touched this season thus far. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Texans got at him like in the first half. The Texans got at him a lot, a lot.
That's a good point.
So, and then he ended up with 35 points to get the win. So that's my hot take, bro.
Pride, give us a hot take.
I want to play this game, bro. Yeah, because last time I played this game, I was bullied off the.
everybody.
I was bullied.
Just be respectful.
Hold on to your seats.
Damn. No, mine isn't even that.
Hey, I got my
Hold on to your seats.
No, mine isn't even that bad.
I was with you for a while, and then you kind of near them.
Well, I'll be by myself. I'll be in my corner. It's comfy over here. I got enough people with me anyway. I think Davian Mitchell, that rookie for Sacramento, I think he's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year. This kid, the instincts this kid has.
Okay, he was better.
Real special. Yeah, he's better. All right, Freddie. I hope you. That kid is special. Defensively.
I live in Sacramento. I live in Sacramento currently, and it's like that.
Yeah, that kid, like people aren't really paying much attention just because he's a rookie, which I feel bad because his instincts, his anticipation. This kid's
the market he's in.
Yeah, and which
I don't think it's because he's a rookie. He played for the Kings, bro. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to say that as well, it's fine.
But I'm gonna agree with you, Pride. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah.
No. I don't want no one to agree with me. I'm gonna be in my
No. I'm about to tell you why. Because he has he kind of reminds me of Ron Artest. In terms of the way he moves his feet and his strength and his body, he reminds me a lot of Ron Artest. He's super quick in terms of the way he slides his feet and the way he uses his body to get into a position. I think he has a chance to be a really elite defender.
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm totally with you on that.
It's crazy because the best we can describe it. Imagine a player like Patrick Beverly, but good at basketball. It's wild, bro. He's got the
like that.
He's doing good.
What it is. He kind of reminds me, he reminds me of Marcus Smart, dude who he doesn't look physically imposing, but that kid is strong, bro.
He gives me Tony Allen. He reminds me of Tony Allen.
Yeah, Tony Allen. That's a great one too.
Tony Allen.
You don't think Marcus look like a dog?
You said what?
You don't think Marcus look like a dog? Marcus look like he'll beat the shit out of somebody.
Okay, you know what?
Oh, Marcus Smart?
Marcus look like he got hands. He look like he got hands.
Marcus would chair at somebody.
Marcus Smart the type of dude that he'll take a chair shot to the face and then just beat the brakes off you right down.
Yeah,
Marcus is scary, bro. He look crazy, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
I guarantee all those teeth ain't real. He lost a couple fights, and I refuse to believe anything else.
All right, let's keep it moving. We done with the hot takes. Let's move to our first topic.
Hot take. Wait a minute. I didn't get my
I'm sorry. Elena, give us the hot take.
Rude. I mean, I know I took you to school, Freddie, but damn, you ain't gotta leave me out like that.
I guess I thought you gave it to you because I was rudely interrupted. So my bad.
Cut it out, Freddie. But no, my hot take would be I don't think that the Brooklyn Nets will make the Eastern Conference Finals this year. And here's why I say this. Because let's just say, hypothetically, we don't know what's going to happen with Kyrie. If they do not have Kyrie, I think they don't make it. But even if they do have Kyrie, I still don't think they make it. Just because Kyrie is so unpredictable.
No, that's a hot take.
You don't really know what you're getting out of Kyrie. You don't know if he's going to show up. You don't know if he's going to change his mind. You don't know what's going on in that maze of a mind that he has. So it's
I was with you there for a second.
I'm still with her.
Yeah, let me finish.
I'm still with you.
Because if they don't have Kyrie, they can't stop anybody. Nope. They can't guard anybody. They can't stop nobody.
So are you saying Kyrie's a defensive presence? Has a defensive presence?
Yeah, okay. You're losing me a little bit.
No. That's why I said even if they have Kyrie, I still don't see that. You missed that part. I said even if they have Kyrie.
More of Elena, correct me if I'm wrong. It's more of if Kyrie's there, you could beat them, and the score is going to be over 150. But if Kyrie's not there, then it's not, and that's the problem. But there's still that factor that they can't play.
That they can't. Exactly. And no, because Kyrie is no. I'm not saying at all. We all know Kyrie isn't a defensive presence. Let's keep it all the way 100. Kyrie's a scorer. Right. He's not going to lock you up. But that's what I'm saying. Either way it goes, I don't see them making the Eastern Conference Finals because one, they've been seen as vulnerable because they got beat last year.
Right, and I'm making
two, and two. Now you know what I'm saying. Teams are not afraid of the Nets. Nope. If you see how teams play the Nets, like honestly, if Philly didn't mess the game off a couple nights ago, they're probably 0-3.
Okay.
But Elena, I was
0-3.
I got you, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about the Nets, and this is where I disagree with you. Okay. I hear what you're saying, and it does kind of make sense, but this is why I disagree. It's for the simple fact that the Nets are a lot like the Kansas City Chiefs were when they won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. It ain't about the Nets having good defense and being able to stop someone. It's about you being able to outscore the Nets. That's the whole thing.
That's a good point. But go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
No, so that's pretty much what I'm saying. When it comes down to it, if Kyrie comes back, the whole thing is it's not about the defense. It's about who can put up more points than the Nets. Any team, if you can put up, like Mike said, if you can put up more than 150, you got a chance of beating the Nets.
But Bishop, this is right.
No, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. Let me hold on, Bishop. Here's the problem with that though, because we saw, like I said, I know it was last year, but I'll just use that for an example. We saw last year when they played against the Bucks that it was kind of back and forth, and it was like if you can outscore the Nets, you can beat them. But then you exert so much energy trying to outscore teams, you wear down. And we saw that with KD. KD was on fire until he got tired. Until it was all three.
That was more so because he didn't have Harden and Kyrie.
Yeah, that wasn't all three.
But listen, Elaine, I think you lost yourself. I think you lost yourself. Let me back you up. I got you.
I didn't finish. I didn't lose myself at all. But go ahead, Freddie. Go ahead.
I think you lost yourself because at first I was agreeing with you, and then I was like, "Oh boy, here you go." But this is why you need the teacher to come back you up. Bishop, to piggyback off what you said, I understand about the outscoring, but if you look at Chicago, who has 5 guys in the starting 5 who can score. If you look at Miami, who had Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, these guys can score just as much. Yes, they know they don't have a Kevin Durant, they know they don't have a James Harden, but they can still put up points. In the playoffs, you do need to make a stop or two. And can we depend on this team getting timely stops?
Freddie, and you honestly just proved my point because that's what I was more so saying is that you got.
I guess I had to help make it sense.
That's the funny part. I'm sitting here like, how is he lost? You
kind of teach me, but you said what I said.
Mine sound better. My way sound better.
What I'm saying is like you got KD and you got James Harden, and that's fine. But like I said, once it gets down to the thick of it and the game slows down, and it's like it's the nitty gritty. It's like outscoring somebody ain't gonna be enough because you got teams like Chicago who play defense. You got Miami, a team that plays defense. You got the Bucks, a team they play defense. So it's like it ain't about who can outscore who at that point. It's about who can make timely stops, and the Nets cannot make timely stops, and that's the problem. So that's why I said I don't see them making the Eastern Conference Finals because they can't make timely stops.
But
see,
this
is the whole thing about.
Quick.
Go ahead.
Let me push back on that. So the only issue I have with what you're saying in terms of the timely stops is that Milwaukee was basically if KD was wearing a size 13 shoe, they would have been out of here.
Sure would.
So all of that timely stops. All those timely stops. When you got a guy that's a transcendent star, like that makes a difference. So if you got Kyrie, KD, and Harden, and they're all healthy, like you got 3 guys that you cannot play, you can't guard one-on-one. So like
exactly
who do you leave open? Who do you give? So you could be the greatest defender in the whole wide world. And sometimes it's good defense. It's great defense and better offense.
But better offense.
So and with a guy like KD, he can get his shot off at any time. Pretty much all those guys get his shot off at any time against anybody.
And you can't double team. And you can't double team. You got
to hope them other guys, the Joe Harrises of the world, the Bruce Browns of the world, that they're missing shots. Because if they're making shots, then God help you because you can't double off of nobody.
That's what I was going to say. Because most teams only have like probably 2 ball stoppers, and with that big 3, it's kind of like you kind of got to hope that one of them, which more likely would it be Kyrie, sure, but like you said, let's say he's
or James. It could be James too.
Or James, or even Kevin, or even KD himself.
Nah,
like
James been hurt.
But
all right, gentlemen, let's get into our first topic of the night. We still on hot takes. We 35 minutes in the
like
show.
We already talked about the first topic.
Well, Elena, it was a good transition, talking about Kyrie, but
you're welcome.
the NBA 75th greatest of all time players list dropped last week, and there's a report that Kyrie was originally on that list, but they took him off last minute. Some believe it's due to his vaccination, status, or him not able to play, and all that great stuff. Pride, what's your reaction to that?
I don't think you should have been on it. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, you look like that, but if you really, let's sit down and think about it. If you ask people, oh my God, what's Kyrie Irving? Everyone always says that shot he made in the finals, which was a phenomenal shot. Let's not get it twisted, right? Before LeBron, nobody really talked about Kyrie. The only time people really cared about him was for highlight reels. If we're going to be honest, right? If LeBron had never went back to Cleveland, there is a chance, I'm not saying it's definite, but there's a chance that we look at him like we look at a Kemba Walker. There's a chance where you look at him and like, oh yeah, sure, he can score, he can do these things, but to the teams, like I said, personally, I don't think he should have been on it. I think there's only one dude who should be mad about it, and that's Dwayne. I think he's really the only dude who really should be mad and feel slighted. But the thing is like, at the same time, saying slight, that's kind of a tough word, because look, we all know when it comes to like the top 50, that's kind of more or less solidified, right? You're going to get your Scotties, your Charles Barkley. You're going to get all those guys, right? When you start getting to like 60 to 70 to 75, a lot of dudes is going to have their feelings hurt because they're going to feel like, oh, yeah, I'm better. But it's so close that it's kind of like, now, if they took him off because of the vaccination thing, I would rather have them just come out and say it. Don't, so you can just be like, hey, look, because he's not playing, he's not active, we don't want to create any controversy, so we're going to take him off. That's what I would rather have, if that's the reason. Whether or not that's the reason, I don't really know, but the fact that he was even on the list kind of blew my mind. It was kind of like, I'm mad and I don't understand, but Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. You sound like you wanted to like kill me or something.
No, I'm just mad. I'm mad about it, and I'm not even in the league. Like, I hate the list. It's a horrible list. That's just me personally.
Run with it, Mike.
I definitely
I don't respectfully. I'm gonna say something, and I know we're talking about Kyrie. I don't give a shit about Kyrie when I look at this list. Like, bro, Klay Thompson's not on this list. One of the greatest shooters of all time, top 3 solidified, 3-time champion. All around. If you look at player to player, of course, in a heartbeat, I'm always taking Curry over Klay. But if you want like a better overall player, we do it a lot. Jordan or LeBron, who's the better overall player? It's obviously LeBron because he's more well-rounded and he's more well-diverse. And Klay, if you look at as an all-around player, is better than Curry. Curry just changed the game, and that shot is just automatic. That's just point-blank period. But Klay's defense alone is a big part of why they won those championships early on to begin with, before KD came. What Klay did, to me, I don't care what anybody says, top 3 3-point shooter of all time. Like, that is just who Klay is.
I think he's a second.
After Curry,
when it's all said and done, they
Curry at 1. It's Curry at 1, and then I could definitely see an argument there if you want to put in other guys as well. But yeah, you have T-Mac, you have Vince, you have Dwight, all these guys. I really don't care if Kyrie's not on this list because
that's an order.
Again, it was more bothered to me that like the top 50 are solidified and then you have to build off 51 to 75. Like that's what bothered me because I feel like as time goes on, you just can't be like, well, he was top 50 back in 1981 for what he did back in 1962, so he has to stay on the list. Like, no.
But that's what the list is. It's kind of like,
are you gonna tell me?
So who are you taking off though? Like, that's my thing. Like, if we're saying that somebody, got snubbed, that they should be on the list, who are you taking off?
You got guys from the 50s and the 40s who didn't even win a championship or an MVP that are just on there because they were postering 5'10" white boys. Like that's not. It's just not fair.
I get it.
There are great individuals out there. I'm not taking away what Wilt did. I'm not taking away what others did. But you also have to look at it from this perspective of 200 years from now. You're going to tell me that Kyrie Irving can't make the top 100 list because of something somebody did in the 1950s. against somebody that's 5'10", rather than what Kyrie was doing against guys like KD or guys like Giannis or guys like this or that. Like, it just, to me, I just feel like the list shouldn't be solidified just because of what was 25 years ago. You definitely can adjust it. You definitely can have guys the same way we have a GOAT conversation. It was Michael Jordan, point blank, period, and Larry Bird and others, and that you were having in that conversation. And now it's LeBron. Now you have KD in the conversation. You have whatever pride thinks. You have guys who think Kobe's in the conversation. There's people who have different opinions because of what's happening over time.
Mike think he's slick.
I'm not
trying to lure you back in, Brian. He's trying to lure you back in.
Tell me this though, Freddie. As time goes on, will the top 10 list of all time change?
Yes, eventually, because I think Kevin Durant's going. I think he'll be the next person to enter that.
No, but you can't do that, Freddie, because you have to have somebody from the 1940s on there, and you can't take away from what.
No. You're misinterpreting what this list is.
It's
you're missing what they did during that time.
Exactly. In the league. This isn't like a top 10 all-time list, because if that's what we're saying, then I'm with you there, Mike. I'm with you if it was like, okay, who are the 75 best players all time? I'm with you there.
And that's what it is.
They didn't.
That's exactly what it is. What are you talking about?
No, they broke it down by era. They broke it down by era. They broke it down by era. So they wanted to That's how I looked at it.
Hold on, one at a time.
No, but that's how I looked at
it. NBA 75 greatest. It says NBA's 75 greatest players of all time. The complete list. I'm looking at it right now.
Right, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Right, but they put guys from different eras.
Look at it like this. How high is LeBron on that list? You can't tell me it's in order of era because he's top 10 on the list.
No, it's not. The top 75 players over 75 years
over 75. But here's the thing, and I feel like I hear what Mike's saying as far as like with the eras, because it kind of gets misconstrued, because at the end of the day, like if we have to really sit down and figure out what the criteria is for the top 75, because that's why I said the GOAT conversation is subjective, because everybody has a different criteria of what they think the GOAT is or isn't. So it's like when it comes to the top 75 list, it's like what exactly is the criteria for that? Because if you matching some of these guys from the other eras against some of the guys from the new era, the resumes don't really match. Right. Like there's guys in this new era that have accomplished way more, but it's like, is it because they have more opportunity? Is it because, you know what I'm saying, it's more exposure? Like, it's just there's a lot that goes into that. My personal opinion, as far as Kyrie being on the 75 list, I wouldn't have Kyrie on the top 75 personally. Now, if we're doing top 100, yeah, sure. But top 75, what separation has Kyrie had from his peers outside of LeBron James?
I'll put Kyrie at like 85.
Time out. Everybody, time out. Hold on. Kenny's chopping about a bit. I've been looking at Kenny the whole time.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kenny, go.
No. I'm gonna just say, of course, full disclosure, Kyrie's family, so I'm biased naturally.
I love Kyrie.
So I'm gonna say that right off the rip. But I'm gonna say this is what I'll say, is that and I said it before. If you're gonna put somebody on the list, you gotta replace somebody. So for me, if Kyrie goes on that list, to me he should replace Damian Lillard. Like, and that would be fair. That's no disrespect to Damian Lillard. That would be fair. But if you're comparing resumes,
I disagree. That's disrespectful. But I get it. I get why you would say that.
If we're comparing resumes, right?
Whose resume is better than?
So just listen. So if we're talking Kyrie, we're talking number one pick, rookie of the year,
NBA
champion, Olympic, gold medalist,
best ball handler, top 3 of
all NBA. Last year, 50, 40, 90. The list goes on and on.
No, it don't, because you can't think of nothing else to say.
Oh, I could keep going. Yeah, multiple time All-Star game MVP, multiple time Olympics, multiple time Olympic gold medal, MVP of the Olympics. Like, there's a lot to be said. One of the top sneaker brands in the
he did in Cleveland
in the game right now.
Until LeBron got there.
Like, there's a. But say that again.
No, I'm just adjusting Mike because he was trying to say what he did in Cleveland, and I'm just trying to say, I'm just for clarity's sake.
But who hit
that last shot?
I understand, T, but
we can
make
that same statement about Dame if that's the case. Then because all he's done is one time, he's went to the conference finals once. So,
but we can always also say he haven't played with LeBron James neither.
I mean, that is, I get what you say, but here's my thing. If you're going to take off Damian Lillard, I'm going to go back to what I said. That doesn't mean Kyrie's automatically getting in. Because Mike paid, listen, I didn't have Clay on my 75 list. I didn't have him at all. Listening to Mike, I feel kind of stupid for not having him on my list. So now if you take out Dame, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you were saying that.
Dame for Kyrie, I'm taking out the white boys for Clay and Dwight. Like, dude, it don't.
Listen, I would take out Bob Cousy for Clay.
To me, that's the biggest snub. Like, not going on.
Let me say this.
I think Howard is the biggest
snub. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you, Kenny, in regards to Dame, but I do agree that Kyrie should be on the list. And just so y'all know, the list is not in numerical order because they got Jordan down at like number 35. So
yeah, I know it's definitely not in numerical order.
And it's not in numerical order. But I would put Kyrie on before Chris Paul.
Right. And that was my
I totally say
what are y'all doing?
Listen,
you lost
Chris,
I would put Kyrie over Bob Cousy.
Hold on. Chris Paul is arguably a top 5 point guard. Kyrie's not even a top 20 guard, period, bro.
Are you crazy?
Like, come on now. Like, let's simmer down with the Chris Paul hate.
Mike, what is his name? Mike, what is his name?
I'm taking that Chris Paul slander.
Mike, what is his name?
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know.
What's his name? What is his name?
I don't.
Nah, bro.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
Chris Paul is basically the Matthew Stafford of the NFL. They are both underrated.
So disrespectful.
But I will say that the only thing I would say with that is some people could call, and I guess that's the case against Dwight Howard too. You could call him a compiler because they've been in the league for so long. But with Chris Paul, he's played at such a high level. I'm saying that some people would say that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying some people call him a compiler. But to me, he's played at such a high level for so long. It's hard for me, especially now that he just got that 20K and 10K. Like nobody's ever done that. Right. The fact that alone, like, I can't take him off.
It's the same thing with Melo. People ask, why is Melo on there? And at the time they did it, he was like top 10 in scoring all time.
Right. But I will say this, and I wanted Kenny to know where I stand because I know Kenny got mad love for Kyrie. I got mad love for Kyrie. When I said I don't give a shit about the conversation, is because I really don't care about what the media or what anybody thinks about Kyrie anymore. Because in my eyes, Kyrie is always Kyrie. And if you look at Kyrie and his game, every single team that's talking crap about Kyrie would take Kyrie in a heartbeat. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, absolutely.
In a heartbeat. Absolutely. And that's why I'm thinking, like, I don't care if he's not on the list or not, because in my eyes, Kyrie does belong on that list.
He's a beast, man.
Right.
Hold on. I want to speak on
it. You talk about Melo. Is Kyrie not getting blackballed right now because of the COVID pandemic?
No.
He's not getting
blackballed. Bro, he gets a shot, he comes back.
How does he get a blackball?
Don't you dare victimize Kyrie Irving. We're not victimizing Kyrie Irving.
How's he getting blackballed right now, Mike?
Because they're trying to make a statement. That's how I view it. The NBA is trying to make a statement of this is what happens if you're not vaccinated.
Who's making a statement? Who's making a statement?
The only way I would say that is if this is true. That the coach that they took him off the list. If he
was on the list and they took him off. Say that, Kenny.
That's what I'm saying.
He was on the list and then they took him off.
If you say that, he's being blackballed.
That's why.
I'm not saying right now in general. I'm saying if that's the case of why he's not on the list, he's being blackballed. They're trying to.
Oh well, then in that case,
we're not talking about.
Okay. Everything you did prior to this means nothing because you didn't get a vaccination.
That makes total sense. If you're gonna put him on the list, if you're gonna put him on the list and then take him off because he's not vaccinated, that's some.
That's
BS.
not the reason why. That's not the reason
no,
why.
but that's what they put out. That's what they put out.
I get it. If
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
it
is. I'm saying if that's the reason, which you're saying the reason was because of his vaccination status and what's going on.
That's what they put out. Is that
okay? Let me bring my. All right, hold on, Mike. Let me bring my take in there. I agree with Coach Victor 100%. Let's ask yourself, what has Kyrie Irving done since the shot? What has he done since the shot? Ask yourself that.
And Mike, to rebuttal that, you're now naming one thing. Now more. Elaborate off that. You know, because you can't.
One of the best ball handlers in the league.
Okay, keep going.
What else?
No, Mike.
Ask yourself this, Mike. Before we say anything,
he is the best ball handler.
What has Damian Lillard truly done? Before or
carry a team by himself.
Freddie,
we haven't seen Kyrie Irving ever do that.
When has Kyrie done what?
He's gotten MVP votes. He's gotten.
When has Kyrie ever carried a team? When has he ever done that?
Hold on, Freddie. Hold on, Mike.
I've never seen that.
Mike, hold on, Mike. Just look at me because Freddie might try to get you. My thing is, if you're gonna say Kyrie deserves to be in there,
right?
You can't just say, "Oh, he got a ring because of the shot." Now I need more. Now I'm like, okay.
Who was the closer? Who was the closer on that team? Who was the closer on that Cavs team with LeBron?
Right.
They both were.
Who's the closer?
They both were.
They both were.
No, stop it. Who was the closer on that team?
Hold on. Time out. Hold on. If you're gonna say LeBron's not clutch, let me know now.
No, that's not my question. Who was the closer? Who had the ball in their hands in the fourth quarter for the Cleveland Cavs when LeBron was on that team?
Hey, Kenny, can I ask you this?
Sure.
Oh, when the Bulls played, Jordan passed it to who? Who hit the clutch shot?
Which
I like
Steve Kerr.
Yes,
sir. Thank you. So is he in the same category?
That's fine. But who has the ball in their hands?
That was one time.
Hey, come on.
Hold on. Hey, come on. Let me address your point. That was one time. I believe he was both of them. I don't think it was really. There were times where Bron would give the ball to Kyrie. And there were times where Kyrie would give the ball to Bron.
Right.
If it really came down to who had the hotter hand. And if Bron had the hotter hand, he was closing. If Kyrie was on fire, he was closing. It really wasn't that. Oh yeah, he was the definitive closer. He got to give the ball. He was closing.
Pride, I hear you, but Pride. Here was the point I'm trying to make.
Go ahead.
Before the shot against OKC with Russ and George, before all that, and even after, what has Dame done accomplishment-wise? Not championships. What has he done?
He's got MVP votes. He's got first and second All NBA votes. That's what I'm trying to say. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I'm asking you. Tell me about the.
Everybody gets a vote for MVP, man.
Okay, has Carl Towns got a vote for MVP?
But Derrick Rose had the most votes.
Bro, the point is going clean over your heads. The point I'm trying to make is you guys are fiending over the shot. That's what you guys are feeding over.
Pride.
Okay, give me more. The conversation just for some reason is not fun anymore.
No, hey, Mike, hold on. Coach, go ahead.
Hey, this is all I'm gonna say. Okay, he made the shot. That's you want to give him that year. That's 1 year. When he went to Boston, was not Boston a better team?
And he destroyed
without
him.
No.
When he went there, they were not a good team.
They
weren't a better team. They didn't get better. They
not win a championship.
I'm trying to see your point. Well, how was they better?
My point is this: when you sit there and you say, "All right, you take the shot. Let's take the shot out. Let's not talk about who has the best handles and all that." At the end of the day, when you look at that top 75, it's did they make everybody better around them? Was they winners? And did they win championships?
Right.
You compare Dame. Who has Dame had?
But you just the criteria, and Kyrie checks all of those boxes.
Freddie, I'll be back. Save that Bulls crap.
How does he do it when he went to Boston and he destroyed them?
You just said
they weren't a better team. Boston wasn't a better team when he went.
And does he win?
They weren't
he
doesn't
make his boxes. No. He does not make his team better. Come on.
No, he don't.
Come on, Kenny.
Boston
played better without him.
This is me as a
LeBron
fan.
in Game 7 without him.
This is me as a Celtics fan. If you come here right now, Green comes out. The day he said out, if you guys would have
in the last 2 years, what has Boston done in the playoffs? Since Kyrie's been gone, the last 2 years, since Kyrie was the problem, what has Boston done the last 2 years in the playoffs?
But if Kyrie is the player that we say he is, then they should have elevated
than when
beyond
he
that
was
level.
with
They
us.
didn't elevate.
So the Eastern Conference Finals, LeBron has still been in the NBA Finals without Kyrie. That's
my
all
point
I'm saying,
is,
bro.
but those 2 years since he's been gone, here's my point. Everybody said Kyrie was the problem in Boston. Since he left,
are you telling me he wasn't
in the play? If Kyrie was the problem,
are you telling me he wasn't?
I'm asking you a question. If Kyrie was the problem,
he made them better?
Why haven't they advanced past the first round of the playoffs the last 2 years?
Okay, Ken, I got a better one. Since Kyrie left LeBron, why haven't Kyrie done anything since then?
What do you mean? They went to the playoffs in the Celtics and they was going to beat the Bucks.
Kyrie was hurt. He was hurt.
Hold on. Come back to me. You said we almost beat the Bucks. Why didn't we beat the Bucks?
What do you mean? I'm talking about the Nets. They were gonna beat the Bucks. They were up 2-0.
If they had Kyrie.
But
it's over.
James is over.
Before LeBron came, what did Kyrie do?
Honestly, come on, that's a lottery team.
No. Okay, what did he do?
It was trash. Come on, that's not.
Right,
that's
hold on.
Fair.
Hey, so let me ask you
took trash to the playoffs, Papa.
There you go, Ty.
Kyrie on the 75, on the top 75. You gotta carry. My guy barely didn't carry his own luggage, and you want to put him there, Freddie. You might have me. I can't do it.
Go ahead, Pride.
I can't do it. I look, man. All I'm saying, bro. Listen.
We're not gonna act like LeBron and Kyrie are the same player.
They're not.
No. But you want to know what I'm trying to say? He's in that 75. When you're in that 75, that's the cream of the crop.
Absolutely.
You can't be a good player.
All I said was
Kyrie is a good player. And I'm not taking that from him.
I'm saying
one at a time.
And place a thing. That's all I said.
But I disagree. I think Dame's a great player.
Hey, gentlemen, hold on. Let's get Bishop in here. Bishop, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just saying. I think Kyrie should be in that 75, man. I don't know why y'all can say. If you listen,
I want to explain something.
How can y'all say he's not in the top? He's not in the top 75 when you got people like Damian Lillard, Lillard actually his stats are better than who we was just speaking of. What's his name?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. His stats are actually better than Chris Paul's.
Whoa, no. Dame's not there at all. This is why I came. Because you want to Chris Paul. This is what brought me in here.
Listen, the only thing Chris Paul got over Damian Lillard is assists. Damian Lillard
because he has assists. Like Jason Kidd. He's not a scorer.
Impact player though.
Jason Kidd's on the list. He's not a scorer.
And Kyrie's not.
And you're questioning why Chris Paul is there. Apparently not. Have you seen what Chris Paul does to other teams?
Have you seen what Kyrie does? Have you seen what Kyrie does?
I have seen.
And they win.
So who's on the
Let's not get carried away. For all this talk about, and this is all this talk we talk about with Chris Paul making teams better. They don't advance in the playoffs. Last year was the first time that the team actually advanced in the playoffs.
But Kenny, bro, calm down, Kenny. Hold on, Pride, hold on, Kenny.
My only point is, and I'm done. My only point is when we talk about Chris Paul, we talk about how he makes teams better. Yes, he does in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, those teams get wrong.
Bishop, hold on. Kenny, hold on.
Last year was the first time.
Kyrie really having a
Bishop, hold on, y'all. Hold on. So you say, hold on, Chris. So you say that about Chris Paul, but what team have Kyrie made better? I mean, when he left Cleveland, we have not. Are we sure? We haven't seen him. We haven't seen.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out.
Somebody said the Nets. Y'all said the Nets. Sure shot to get.
I'm talking after the Cavs. Well, we have not seen him.
They went to the playoffs both years. He was with the Celtics. What are you talking about?
For one, the first year he was hurt.
He was hurt. Yeah.
And then the second year, that chemistry was nothing alike.
right? They lost in the second round next year. Okay, I see you. Okay.
Look. This is my only point.
We make it sound like Kyrie is this cancer, man, and it's this narrative that just makes no sense.
Here's my point. Here's my point, and then I'm done with it. Right? If y'all want to take off Dame off the list, it is what it is. You're not because again, there's still guys out there who still deserve to be there over Kyrie. So if you want to take Dame off,
you can say Klay Thompson.
I'm cool with that, but that doesn't mean we're automatically gonna put. And Kenny, I'm not saying this is what you're saying. I'm not saying this.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, then you off on it. We're not gonna take out Dame. When we have other guys who could have fit that whole way better. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Coach, you wanted to say something.
I'm gonna put it out there, and then I'm done talking about it. If Kyrie Irving is the top 75, give me shorts, throw me out there, because give me 2 years, bro. I'll be top 50 by the end of the week, bro. Stop playing with me.
All right, Coach, you wanted to say something?
Hey, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna jump off, man. First, don't get me wrong, Kenny. I'm not saying Kyrie. Kyrie is a good basketball player. If we play pickup 1-on-1, 5-on-5, come on, Kyrie.
Oh, he's a great basketball player.
Okay, he's a great. All right, look, he's a phenomenal basketball player. He's awesome. But here's the thing, and I'm not going to sit there and say, well, if I had a team, would I not pick? Of course, because you're going to get 50-50 out of him. One, he's always hurt. He's always hurt. And he can't lead men. That's his biggest knock. One thing I've always said, and they can tell you, Freddie can tell you, even with the Nets, they can't lead men to championships. They're good scorers.
We don't know that yet.
Hold on. That's what
because when he's yelling at what was that rookie's name? The one long here, Braxton or Claxton, whatever his name is. He's yelling at him and trying to tell what you got a rookie laughing in your face.
KD was wearing a size 13 shoe. Milwaukee Bucks was going home.
I mean, and if I played the lotto, I will be a multi-millionaire right now.
One guy.
And I would look, and then I'll be like this. I mean, we can play the if game, but at the end of the day, that whole 75 is one of those things, man. Even with the top of who you like, Jordan, Kobe, Kyrie, and all of it's basically who you pick is you think is your starting five.
Yep, there you
That's all it is. And because, like you say, you'll take Kyrie, and you know what? Honestly, instead of Dame, I'd probably take Klay Thompson on a healthy Klay Thompson because I know he can shoot and play defense.
And I wasn't even thinking about Klay Thompson.
And he'll pass that thing. I mean, it's just all it is it just varies from person to person. Freddie will take Kobe. I take LeBron. Mike, if he was on there, he'll take Michael Jordan. It's just all it is who's your top 5 pick? Who's your top 5?
That's why I say, Coach, that it's subjective. Yeah, it's subjective.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach. Love you, dog. Smile, man. I love you, man.
This is a healthy debate.
Hey, Freddie, he's not going to send you an instant message. I can't work with these boys. This pride dude come out of nowhere and he don't know how to shut up. We got to put a mute button on him in the clock. Hey, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Hey, Coach. One thing that we do know, Pride ain't putting Kobe on his list. We all know
that. No, hold on. I want to say one thing to defend myself. I want to say one thing to defend myself. Coach, Kenny, Bishop, Chris, Alana, y'all saw it. This is the third time you trying to bait me into this, and I'm not falling in the trap, bro.
I respect it.
I respect it. They trying to pull you back.
Hey, Pride, I'm with you, Pride.
That's it. And I want to say one more thing in my defense. I never said he was not top 10. If anyone can find me, I'm still waiting for that timestamp. When I find that timestamp,
that's fine.
You just used the wrong choice of word to call him.
At the end of the day, man,
don't play me, dog. Come on, stop playing me.
Pride, it don't matter. At the end of the day, you got your 5. I got my 5. I guarantee everybody in here 5 is gonna be different in certain kind of way.
Oh, for sure.
And we can sit here and argue all day long. But it's just, again, man, that's when you do these lists like that, that's all it is. It's like
somebody's always gonna be snubbed.
Yep. And somebody's gonna get snubbed, and
you can make a case for
because it's just who you feel as a person. Like if I had 5, who do I feel I can roll with? Some people on here say they can do with Dame. Kenny is Kyrie to death. And you heard me what I said. If anything, it'd be Klay. At least he got championships. At least he's a shooter and he played defense.
Actually, Coach, what I said was even before we got into the Kyrie thing, I said the biggest snub was Dwight Howard. To be honest,
for sure.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure we all agree on that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the Dwight Howard thing messed up after Kobe. what Kobe talked about him.
Yeah, and then also the team hopping, like he's been bouncing around. That kind of hurt his legacy.
And the immaturity too.
Like 4 or 5.
That too.
Too much childish. He's too childish.
That too. But if you're looking at, that's the thing of it is when you're making these lists, you have to take politics out of it. We have to see as far as like stats. What did these players do on the floor?
You gotta
we gotta look at resume. Like
resume,
yes.
Okay. All right, y'all. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to the next topic. All right, Coach. I need to have the big screen on this next topic we're talking about. I need my moment. I don't even need no big screen. Forget that. We're gonna talk about the Lakers first.
You don't need a big screen.
Ken, if you go, my mom always say something. You gonna say something, say where I can hear you. I can't hear you mumbling.
I said your head is big enough. You don't need a big screen.
Oh, that's what I thought. I thought you said that. I thought you said that. You kind of mumbled at first.
Yeah, I know what I said. What I said.
It's how one game is, bro. Like just at the end of game 2, he was panicking. He was mad. He was like, I need to show now. Now all of a sudden, he laughing. He like,
I'm not laughing yet. We're gonna talk about the Lakers' first 3 games. We're gonna skip the Warriors. We've already talked about that. Kenny, I know you didn't see the post-game show, but you know what? And I'm still upset about this because Kenny, it's not that you lose; it's how you lose. I don't care.
Say LeBron didn't play with no heart again.
Oh, I sure did. He quit. He gave up. And you know why I say this, Kenny? Hold on, no, bro. No, I didn't interrupt you.
I'm gonna say one thing, and I promise I'm gonna give you the floor right back. I promise. Yo, Sean, remember how in the beginning of the show, Kenny was talking about Freddie facts? This is one of them, brother. So strap in. It's gonna be a good one.
Oh, now go ahead. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Appreciate it.
Kenny, you coach basketball, correct?
I do.
So when you coach your players, your kids, you tell them when they get done on defense, you run back on the other side of the court, correct?
Yes.
You teach them that, right?
Yes.
You teach. What age group do you teach them at?
This is high school. I coach high school.
Okay, but what age do they normally learn about that at a young age?
That's the first thing you learn.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously, the 20-something years of LeBron playing basketball, he must have forgotten that because he went down and blocked the shot, which he didn't even block. Let's call it what it is. It wasn't even a block. And he stood there the whole 24 seconds. Doris Burke was like, what is LeBron doing? And I'm yelling at my TV like, LeBron, don't you start this mess.
Oh,
man, this is what happened when you with LeBron.
What we talk about? One play? That's what we talking about?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yes. Bro, I thought you said you wasn't going to talk when I talk. I thought you said that.
You're right.
I was asking a question.
Kenny, no, it's not about one play. It's about when you're the leader of a team, it stems from you. If those other guys see you do something, they're going to do it. That's what I'm talking about. Kobe would have never done that. What are you talking? Luka would have never done that. It's what's in here, man.
Oh my God.
He's a prima donna.
It's what's in here.
Back on defense. What?
LeBron is a prima donna.
What did you say, Mike?
What'd you say, Chris?
And so was Mike. Every superstar is a prima donna. Every superstar and every superstar that's ever been. Oh, he was a prima donna?
Tavon, it's not about him playing defense.
Thank you.
It's about him not hustling back on the other side. It was 5 against 4. Where's that heart at, LeBron? Where's it at?
4 on 4. It was 4 on 4 because
nobody was down there. There was one person down there. I watched that same play.
No, it was not one person down there. Go rewatch it.
Cam Johnson still down.
To Trayvon's question, he said, "What superstar does play defense?" Kawhi Leonard.
He's hurt.
He ain't no superstar.
Whoa. Who said that? Who said that?
I did.
I agree with that. I back you on that.
I did.
Yes, I back you on that.
That Kawhi's not a superstar?
He's not a superstar.
No, he's not.
Yo, Sean, I'm with you, brother.
No, he's not.
I'm with you.
He's not. I stand in that.
How?
I'm sorry. I stand in it.
Okay, hold on.
No, I'm not. I want to know.
To answer that question, though.
One at a time, people. One at a time.
Lana, go ahead. I want to hear you. I'll take this walk with you.
Listen, to me, and I always say this: there's a difference between the very great and the very good.
You got that right.
And I feel like when we classify players, we don't classify them right. So here's my thing with Kawhi, right? I'm not saying that Kawhi is trash. I'm not saying that he's a horrible player. I'm not saying that at all. But when I'm talking about the elites of the elites, the Kobe's, the Brons, the Jordans, I'm not putting Kawhi in that class.
Sure not.
Because here's the thing. Because here's the thing. When have you known any of the people that I just named to load manage? When have you ever heard of the people that I just named that came into the situation with a prime Tim Duncan, a prime Tony Parker, a prime Manu Ginobili, where he got to play in the back.
Preach this.
Wait.
She not done. Let her preach.
But once he became the prime, the pretty much the end all be all, the pretty much where we're depending on you to be the guy. What did he do?
Win a championship?
No.
Win. Win.
Toronto?
Come on now, stop it. Stop it now.
When he went to Toronto,
Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, both of us stop it.
When he went to Toronto, even without that, was he the leader of that team, or was Kyle Lowry the leader of that team?
Nope.
He was.
Kyle Lowry was.
No, Kyle Lowry was the leader of that team. He was the leader of that team.
Who was the best player on that team?
It was Kawhi.
It's not. I will say this. Who was the leader of that team?
I'm gonna say this.
Why?
It was both of them.
It was not
when
Kawhi.
It came to vocalization. It was Kyle Lowry. But when it came to like being on the floor and like like in terms of like
okay, so if we're talking about a closer, if that shot doesn't bounce, are we talking about Kawhi the same?
And guess what? If I was born without a win, I was born with a vagina, I'd be a woman. But lo and behold, I'm a guy, so we can't talk about what ifs.
No, but what I'm saying is okay. So and I'll give you that. So that's fine. So when he goes to the Clippers and they ask him to close in the bubble and the other situations,
preach, sister, preach.
Did he make good decisions? Why did Rondo look at him sideways in the playoffs last year? Why? Because he was not a closer. He did not make a good decision. Am I right or wrong?
I wouldn't go as far as saying
am I right or wrong?
But I'm not right. He made a wrong choice. I will give you that. You can't call him a closer for that. You can't say he's not a closer, but he did make the wrong choice. I will give you that.
You can't score 25.
If you're a closer,
say that, Kenny.
You can't say nobody that's scoring 25 plus a night is not elite and is not a superstar. Like there's only a handful of guys that can do that.
Okay, so is Paul George a superstar?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, he scores 25.
And Paul George is a superstar.
In this league.
Chris, don't you do that.
Category.
Paul George is a superstar.
He's a superstar.
Nowhere near.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pride.
Let me ask you a question. I feel like in order for all of us to actually have this conversation, we need to figure out your definition of a superstar. Like, for instance, for me, my category is you need to be two things. You need to be able to play, but you also need to be able to be a big enough name where people will pay to see you.
Well, that's not Kawhi.
That's not Kawhi. That's not Kawhi.
That right there is where you completely lost it because people, ever since the whole Lob City era left, nobody was a Clippers fan. Let's call it what it is. Then with that also when Kawhi Leonard got
the only reason why the Clippers are relevant, you do realize, you know why, don't you?
Because they hate the Lakers.
Exactly, because LeBron, AD down there, then they got Russ and Paul George, and they try to create this rivalry that's never been a rivalry.
So
they the little brother, the step brother of the basement.
If Paul goes to the Lakers, is he a superstar, Freddie?
Say it again.
If Paul George goes to the Lakers, is he a superstar?
Or Kawhi?
He's a star.
Yes.
No way.
No,
he's not a superstar. He's a star.
So when LeBron wanted Kawhi to come to the Lakers, he won a superstar then?
Thank you.
When LeBron
and AD were trying
I don't think Kawhi's a superstar. I said no.
That's not what he asked you.
I don't.
Answer the man's question.
No. He's a star. He's not no superstar. I agree with Delane.
I mean, I would have said
because you know what? We're the type of people we live in the moment. We're the type we live in the moment. Look at the finals.
This ain't no
He's not.
Hey, Kenny, let me ask you. Hold on. I want to ask Kenny a question. Kenny, when he was in Toronto, Do you believe if Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant was healthy, do you think that Toronto team would have won the championship? Yes or no? Yes or no?
If we're not getting that, that's a stupid the same thing. If that's the case, we're going to take away everybody's championship. We're going to take away Giannis' championship last year because all Brooklyn was hurt and because
I'm glad you finally realized it.
Do that.
Let them know.
I'm glad you finally realized it.
What I'm saying is, I feel like Kawhi is a star. I feel like Kawhi is a star. He's just not, like I said, when they
What's
come
up,
to the
Chris?
elite of the elite, the creme of the creme. When we separate, when we really have that real conversation and we separate the two, I don't feel like he falls in the superstar category. So because there's been too many times where we've seen.
I think Chris wants to go next.
Go ahead,
Kawhi
Chris,
has
and
been non-existent. We've seen Kawhi be non-existent too many times to put him in the superstar category. He's been non-existent. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we really talking about? Like, what are we really talking about?
Last 30 years, Kenny.
I got two things.
Can I say one thing before Chris? Can I say one thing? Then
go ahead, Brad.
Let's say maybe 2 years ago, Kawhi Leonard was a top 5 player.
He's still top 10 right now. He's still top 10 right now.
Some people eyes.
Well, you can't say he's a top 5 player and not be a superstar. You can't say that this guy, who I believe is one of, if not the best two-way players who can I just don't understand. Like Kawhi Leonard, is a dude who not only can help shut down your best player, but then give you 25. Kawhi Leonard is he's a cyborg. Like this guy, you know how D'Lo goes, ice in my veins, bro. This dude has no ice because he wrote.
Okay, that's not true. What happened in the bubble? Look, see, people always want to criticize LeBron what he did in San Antonio, but what happened in the bubble? Keep that same energy,
if you put Kawhi Leonard on those early Cavs teams that LeBron was on, do they have the same success?
We're not saying Kawhi and LeBron are the same players.
Yeah, I'm not
that
saying
doesn't count.
Then he's not a superstar.
No, he's not in the GOAT conversation. That's two different things.
That's a GOAT conversation.
He's not a GOAT. He's not the GOAT.
When you're a superstar, okay. Matter of fact, how about this? Let's do this. I'm gonna play a game with you, okay? Let's get each of us, right? One of us, find a casual, bring a casual in here. We're gonna tell them to name 5 players. I guarantee you Kawhi Leonard name comes up. If a casual will say your name, you're a superstar. And if you can translate that on the court, you're a superstar.
So
I just got one. I got one question.
All right.
My dude,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I just got a question on Freddie because, so if Klay and KD play, Toronto doesn't win. If Bam plays last year, what about the Lakers?
No, the Lakers team. We seen Bam could not do nothing with Anthony Davis, so no.
Yeah, no, that's not.
He can hold Anthony Davis jockstrap. No.
Hold on. So let me ask you a question, Frank. Let me ask you a question. We all know this. I am a LeBron James stan. Are we gonna give him the ring in 2011 by the logic of, if he played up to his potential, he would have won? Are we now gonna give him that ring? I'm asking a question.
Or if Ray Allen misses that 3-pointer?
No.
Are we going to give the ring?
If he would have showed up, no. He would have showed up, no. He didn't show up.
If Draymond doesn't get suspended,
when they went down, are we now going to give LeBron that ring? No, we can't play the answer. And look, if you guys want to say that he choked it sometimes, he did. Don't get it twisted. He did. But that does still not negate the fact that this guy is still a bona fide superstar.
Right. So, Alana, is Joel Embiid a superstar? Thanks. Is Joel Embiid a superstar?
Is who?
Right now?
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid, yeah.
Get him.
One question.
You fell in for that one.
But no.
How many guys are averaging more than 25 points? That two-way. How many two-way players?
So it's averaging over 25 points automatically makes you a
superstar.
If
you're automatically, how many guys in the league play on both ends and average 25 a game? Just answer me that.
Say it again, Kenny. I didn't hear you.
How many guys in the league are averaging over 25 that play both ends or that are two-way players?
Kawhi and Giannis.
That's it.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler ain't averaging 25.
KD?
Embiid might.
KD's not a two-way player like that.
KD's a good defender, but he's not a two-way player.
He's not a two-way player. He's not a two-way player.
He's not a two-way.
Even AD's defense took a slight, so he could play more offense.
To me, that's the closing argument to it.
AD's defense took. What are you talking about?
They don't come along often. So
Chris, to answer your question, I feel like Joel Embiid is a superstar just for the simple fact of just the role that he plays with his particular team at this particular moment. Like, especially with Ben Simmons being so on the fence.
Hold on. So Elena, you saying you giving Joel Embiid a superstar status because of his role?
Has Joel Embiid played with a Tim Duncan, a Manu Ginobili, or Tony Parker? Yes or no?
He played with a Ben Simmons, who's the number one pick.
It's Ben Simmons, Tony
potential.
Parker. It's Ben
There's
Simmons,
so much
Tony
potential.
Parker, Manu Ginobili, or Tim Duncan. No, he's not.
Sis, you lost yourself.
I didn't. No, I didn't lose myself at all.
Let me ask the question.
Just because you disagree don't mean I lost myself. I didn't lose myself at all.
You did lose yourself, sis.
No, I didn't.
You fell for the bait. You did.
No, I didn't.
Go ahead.
No, I didn't.
That's why I'm the teacher.
Hold on. Bishop want to say something. Hold on. Go ahead, bitch.
So you mean to tell me you have to have somebody, another key player on the team to be considered a superstar? Because you saying who did Embiid? But you're saying who did Embiid have? It doesn't matter. That's the thing. I don't feel a superstar stands out no matter where he's at.
Wait a minute. Can I say something?
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is that Embiid hasn't had the luxury of having 3 freaking Hall of Famers on his team, and he still is a top 10 player right now in the league right now. That's my
Kawhi
point.
did in Toronto, and Kawhi did in Toronto.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I got one thing to say.
Even when like Duncan and Parker and Ginobili were gone,
superstar. So is that? 25. I just want to make sure I understand this. Are you now implying that Kawhi Leonard is not a top 10 player? I need to make sure I get this.
Did y'all talk about the Google
I didn't say he wasn't a top 10 player. That's not what I said.
Hold on.
My question
is,
Mike
might have some thoughts on this too.
How can you be a top 10
so
player
Mike, check
and
it.
not
This is
be
the argument that
say that, bro.
Alana is saying that Kawhi Leonard is not a superstar.
Don't. All right, Kevin. I got it. You scare me. Mike.
Continue.
But because he agrees.
Elena lost herself on this one.
No, I didn't lose myself at all.
One at a time. Let's let Mike give his opinion real quick.
I didn't lose myself at all.
Listen, here's the thing.
Y'all disagree. I didn't lose myself. Y'all disagree. That's fine.
Here's why I agree with the queen, with the bus driver, with Elena.
Thank you.
It's why. It's literally, it has nothing to do with his talent whatsoever. Pride, just give me a minute. When you
I'm dying to hear this.
It has nothing to do with leadership. When you think of a superstar, you think of people that go to the games to see this man play. You think of people coming from all around the world to see this man play. A superstar who is there night in and night out. My problem with Kawhi is his availability. How much of Kawhi do you get?
Yes.
That goes back to my point about Embiid.
Fall into the trap. Go into the trap. Go ahead, Mike. Fall into the trap. Quit popping off. No,
maybe 55 games.
Time out. Hold on. Time out. Pride, don't have no heart attack on set. Please.
Right now, dog.
Right, but my point is with Kobe. You saw with Kobe and you saw with Jordan and Bron, whether they're going through injuries or not in their early.
Now we can't say Bron. Now we ain't gonna sit here and say Bron. There was one point.
I will say Bron because early in
there was one point where he was low management. Let's not forget this.
But what I'm saying is with Kawhi's entire
career and in Miami chilling out for a couple of weeks.
The thing with Kawhi, if Kawhi's not 100%. Kawhi's not likely feeling the vibe to play. And when I think he's definitely a superstar, if you say that Kyrie is not a superstar, I guess you can make that argument. But it's the thing where if I'm looking at it from the aspect of availability, you have to look at it like that. Now, talent-wise, Kyrie's all round. Kyrie's all world. Kawhi's all world. Defensively, offensively, they're amazing. But when you think about a superstar, you think about people that come all around the world to see this man play, and Kawhi's just sitting there.
Okay.
Please let Pride go before you have a heart attack.
No. See, I love. See, this is what I like to do, right? Sometimes when I'm bored, right? What I like to do, I like to be like you guys know, right? You guys know the Willie Coyote things when he digs that the hole, puts the leaves on, he tries to. This is what I like to do. So you guys both agree that Joel Embiid is a superstar, correct?
I didn't.
Back out on me now.
I didn't say that.
Mike, do you believe that?
I did.
I think he's getting there.
I did.
So is that?
I had different reasons, but
okay. So you guys are attacking Kawhi Leonard for.
I'm not attacking Kawhi. I just got here.
Okay. You guys are saying Kawhi Leonard is not a superstar simply because of his.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying simply because of availability.
Okay, but that's one of the major pillars you guys have.
When Kawhi's on the court, he's a superstar.
Yep. But you're worried.
I feel like it.
I disagree.
Okay, but again, so here's
how you're not a superstar not on the court and not off the court and not off the court.
No, he's saying when he's playing, he's that's the load management.
I'm saying my man ain't.
One person at a time, please.
Do not say load management because where did he learn load management from? The
Mr.
Spurs.
James.
Spurs too. Tim Duncan. Manu
So Tim Duncan load managed.
The same people who used to. He played.
They started.
That's not my reason why. That's not my reason why he's not a superstar though. That's not my reason.
LeBron load managed too.
Available.
That's not my reason.
Yeah, that's mine.
That's not my reason.
Your reason is that he
did talk about load management though.
Thank you.
I did, but that's not my sole reason as to why.
No, but this one.
You lost yourself. Sis, you lost yourself.
One of your reasons that he played.
I didn't lose myself, bro. Y'all disagree. I didn't lose myself.
Sis.
Let me just.
Hold on, sis.
Get out
After this show, we can go in a session. I can teach you because you lost yourself a couple times today.
Freddie, you still next to you still next to delusional in the dictionary. Don't talk to me.
Am I delusional or is that pride? Am I Mr. Delusional? Hey, am I Mr. Delusional or that with the pride now? I think pride and with that Mr. Delusional.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. I'm listening to Chris.
Okay, so you're saying like because he played with Tim Duncan and Parker, Ginobili, and all that affects.
What I'm saying.
What about when they weren't there? He was that Zaza injury away from beating the Warriors.
But again, if y'all just said if we can't base it off if, right?
But you can look at that game. Look at what he was doing that one game though. Before he got hurt. Was that not a superstar performance? That's not an if. What was he doing? I'm not saying if.
Elena, he's not saying if.
I'm not saying if he would have been healthy, they would have won. I'm not saying that.
To the injury.
What I'm saying is, if for me, what classifies a superstar for me is if we place them in any situation, their team is still gonna be successful. They're still gonna thrive. If we put Kawhi on those early Cleveland teams that LeBron had, are they the same success as what LeBron was with? Yes or no?
Elena, I'm gonna say this one thing. Let me ask you.
Why do we have to differentiate between which Kawhi? Why
is he not a Kawhi? Kawhi wasn't Kawhi. Like, look at LeBron coming to the league versus what Kawhi is. I mean, that's two different things.
Yo, Freddie, you a mess, Freddie.
Listen,
Freddie a mess.
Freddie is delusional, and that's fine.
Let me say this, Elena. Let me say this. So
you can't listen to Giants fans.
You saying Kawhi is not a superstar, but tell me what has happened to the San Antonio Spurs since Kawhi left.
Were they better? Were they better?
He made the playoffs. Why he was there? They was making the playoffs.
They made the playoffs every year.
Were they better?
Every year.
Were they the same franchise with Kawhi or
boy, he got you tapping like you Michael Jackson right now.
Were they the same Kawhi? Were they the same Spurs with Kawhi or without? Like, were they the same Spurs with him? Like, did they elevate? Did they keep that tradition of winning?
No, they lost. They lost their superstar.
Why?
You lost.
They lost two superstars.
That was
first
year.
Hold on.
That was Pop's first year missing playoffs without Kawhi.
Go ahead, Kenny.
That's it.
So, we talk about this whole load management thing, and Kawhi Leonard. I looked up his stats over the last 5 or 6 years. 72 games, 74 games, 9 games. That was the year he got hurt. 60 games, 57 games, 52 games. So, and that was 52 out of 71 last year. That's 57 out of 82, 60 out of 82, 74 out of 82, and 72 out of 82. Like, we got to stop. Sometimes, we let a narrative go that sometimes it's not totally rooted in facts. So this whole load management thing is overrated.
And on top of that,
I'm not saying that that's the sole reason. That's what I say. I'm not saying that
I know, but I'm just saying I just want to put that out there that sometimes.
No, you're right. And I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that at all. But even with, like I said, with Kawhi with the Spurs, did they continue the winning tradition? No. When he got to the Clippers were supposed to be the team that outs the Lakers. Did they do that? No.
Elena. Hold on, Elena, hold on. No. I really haven't. I'll be honest with you. I really haven't.
When it was time to close against the Nuggets, what happened? When it was time to close against the Nuggets, what happened?
I want to ask you a question.
Close against the Nuggets, what happened?
I want to ask you a question.
No, that's a hit. He takes a hit for that, no doubt.
Elena, I want to ask you a question. Hold on. Jesus.
I don't listen to delusional people, but go ahead.
Delusional? I got 2 questions then. I didn't want to go here, but I'm about to go here. This real talk.
Yeah, he should be in the Delusional Hall of Fame.
Hold on, Nate. I'm talking.
Thank you.
So you get on. You have Kawhi not being a superstar because he did choke last year.
Yes.
You have him not, being a superstar.
Not last year, year before.
But year before last, you know what I mean? Hold on, I'm talking. And so then you have him because he load manage.
I did.
But I think it's funny.
Yeah, Mike did. Mike didn't
even say that.
You said it. You said it too.
Now you did say it too in the beginning.
Don't try to tap dance like you Michael Jackson.
That wasn't her main reason though. She did have it.
Exactly.
It wasn't her main, but it was one of them. It was one of them.
It wasn't her main reason, but it was a reason.
She said it too. She just trying to tap dance up out of it.
I don't tap dance. I two-step. I don't tap dance.
Well, you two-stepping the other way. I promise you that.
I two-step.
But it's find it real funny.
What's funny? What's funny?
Because you have Mr. LeBron James as the GOAT, but a player who have load managed and a player who have choked as well. But do you still classify him as a superstar?
Correct, but when the chips were down and
there you go.
No. He made a good point, and I'm gonna agree with that. He made a good point, but like I said, LeBron James in those first 8 years, he was with Cleveland when he didn't have a superstar. He was leading them to the Eastern Conference Finals. Was he not? Was he not?
I'm sorry.
Yes or no?
I'm sorry. I'm kind of distracted. I'm trying to.
Say it one more time.
I said within those first 8 years when he was with Cleveland, right? And he didn't have another superstar. There was no big three. There was none of that. It was just him and Delonte West and Boobie Gibson and Anderson Varejao and all that. He led them to the Eastern Conference Finals, did he not? And the finals, did he not?
Correct.
Yeah.
But what did he do against San Antonio?
No.
What did he do?
I didn't interrupt you.
You didn't answer my question.
When Kawhi was in that position, did he lead him to that same promise or no?
But you can't say that. You can't say that and then say you can't say that and then say you can say he did that with the Raptors because besides him and Kyle Lowry, what other stars
were on that team? Were the Raptors a bad team? Because before Kawhi got to the Raptors, were they not making the playoffs?
My point is you were talking about LeBron like he was leading this team, of lesser talented guys. Like if you could look at that Toronto Raptors team, there wasn't a whole lot of talent on that team besides Lowry.
Nah,
Pascal. But were they in the running? But were they in the running for the playoffs? Even without Kawhi, they were still right there. The only problem they were running to was LeBron James, was it not?
Talent.
And they are solid guys, but look at that Miami Heat team with Jimmy Butler. They didn't have a lot of superstars.
That's what I mean, but that's the point. The fact that he led them to the title, like he got to be
why I agree with her.
Those Toronto Raptor teams were making the playoffs and were making a run. The only problem that they had was they were running into LeBron James. If they didn't run into LeBron James, they'd go to the fucking finals.
Okay,
but let's be all the way honest.
Okay, maybe. But the matter is, the fact of the matter is, they didn't get out of the
finals. Let's let Bishop go.
They made it to the finals and won with Kawhi. So my thing is, Elena, are you saying you have to be considered a superstar or labeled a superstar? You got to make it to the finals? Do you have to be labeled?
No. What I'm saying is, that's not what I'm saying. Y'all missing the point.
Well, you all over the place. We're trying to figure out where you are.
You
worse than me.
No. I would never be worse than you.
Oh, you are the worst of
the worst.
You are
the worst of the worst. You are the worst of the worst.
Sis,
again, Your name is Freddie. Listen, your name is Freddie Delusional Henderson. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, I'll take it, but right now you everywhere. You tap dancing, doing the tango. You doing everything tonight.
I'm doing a two-step, baby. I'm doing a simple two-step. That ain't
it ain't going much.
Simple two-step. That's all I
have.
You everywhere.
Anyway, go ahead, Pride.
The only thing I'm kind of getting from it is, in order to be a superstar, not only do you have to step up in every single instant, you have to succeed in every single instant. And if you get the slightest break, that now goes against you. That now means what you did is invalidated.
I have something to say to that.
And that's the only vibe I get. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. But
here's
that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
And if that's the case, LeBron shouldn't be your GOAT.
Pride. I want everyone to understand where I'm coming from. I take nothing away from what this man's done.
Freddie just
I take nothing away from who Kawhi is as a player. I think he has superstar caliber level player in him. I look at it longevity of being a fan of the moment. And stick with me before y'all just jump out your seat like Freddie is being. Low-key, got mad love for you, Freddie.
I haven't really talked much this show, Mike.
But when you do talk, it's a little mad disrespectful.
How?
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
It's kind of your name speaks for itself right now. Like, that's low key how I'm looking at it. But I'm looking at it like this: we're a fan of the moment to understand that we talk about. I just spoke with Rob Parker too, and he said the same thing. Oh well, if KD's foot wasn't on the line. But we also have to look at it. If we're doing that to Giannis, why can't we say, well, if Klay didn't go down, well, if KD didn't go down, then Kawhi doesn't win a championship with Toronto, and you don't give him that flock that Max Kellerman and so many others were. I think Kawhi's great. At a young age, he went in with all those boys in San Antonio and won a championship. After that, they didn't. And the thing was, Kawhi wasn't top 5 until that conversation of, okay, what he did in Toronto. And if you tell me I'm wrong, you're just lying to yourself. Because
I guess more so what you're saying.
Hold on.
He was a superstar, but he wasn't top 5 in the league like so many.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let's let Bishop go.
Pride.
Prior to
You're gonna like this, Pride. So what you just said, Mike, got that. All of that. Is that no different than what LeBron did when he was in Cleveland?
Oh, talk to him, please. Oh my God.
That no different than what he was considered a superstar. Hold on, he was considered a superstar in Cleveland all them years when he was taking them to, or couldn't get him to the playoffs or got him to the playoffs and couldn't get over the hump. He was still considered a superstar, was he not?
Right, but what I'm saying is way you're pointing it out right now, a lot of your guys' argument is, oh, well, look what he did with the Spurs. He did it at a young age where he wasn't the number 1 option, and then he never did it again.
Like LeBron.
LeBron was the number 1 option when he came into Cleveland. Let's not do that. I'm not saying.
And let's not forget Kawhi Leonard.
Let's not do that.
Kawhi Leonard was about to win MVP because he was playing defense on Bron. Let's not sit there and act like that when that happened either.
He held him to 28.
But how many shots did it take him to get there?
Come on now.
How many shots did it take for him to get there?
Why is this even a conversation? This wasn't even in the topics today.
Yeah,
in the end, what I'm saying is I haven't seen it consistently enough over a span of time. That's my.
You just all over the place today, sis. I've never seen this. I've never seen this Elena before. I've never seen this Elena before.
But yet still, Joel Embiid is a superstar. Like that's the thing. Like that's what you.
I didn't say that.
She said that.
I did.
Which is kind of what
I think he's on his way.
Guess what? Kawhi Leonard has played 70 or more games twice in his career, and Joel can't even spell 65. So that's a good point.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But like, if you're gonna go availability, then AD isn't a superstar.
Don't do that, Chris.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Chris. That's a good point, Chris.
Is KD a superstar? After last year, does KD get disqualified now?
Yeah, he got hurt last year, but the majority of his career, has KD really been hurt like that, where he missed that much time?
I mean, KD is a different conversation. He's one of the best.
Like, are we?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of.
Like, what?
But I'm just saying though, Klay. Yeah, Klay. Put 2 years out of his career.
Klay Thompson not a superstar.
Right, but that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Here, listen to what I'm saying, though. This is what I'm saying. And
this is
the point y'all missing. If y'all give me 2 seconds, I can explain myself and why load management matters to me. With Klay,
Elena, you don't think Klay Thompson's a superstar?
And if you let me talk,
Klay Thompson is a superstar.
Yeah.
Who are? You're putting so when you say superstar, we're talking Jordan, we're talking Kobe, we're talking
No.
Ron,
You're talking GOATs. I think that's the difference.
No, I'm saying, but these are superstars. Okay, Steph.
Be a superstar, not be a GOAT.
Are you putting Clay in the same conversation as Steph?
As Steph?
I would.
As Steph? Clay and Steph?
Yes.
Okay.
In terms of shooting,
it's where you're missing my point.
Okay.
My point is Kawhi Leonard is a superstar, but the same point in Clay. Y'all know Clay's my boy, but I have questions about Clay before I can deem him still being that superstar because he's been gone for 2 years. If he comes back and he's doing the same things he was,
What question do you have about Klay Thompson? He's a shooter.
But Mike, just told you he's going to remain.
What is he outside of?
There's a lot of fucking questions, Freddie.
He's a shooter.
He's one of the best guards in the league.
He's not just a shooter. He guards the best player.
But at the end of the day, if he don't go out there and play defense and he shoot that three, making 6-8 game, he's still a star.
But what I'm trying to say is, if he does that,
he's going to do that.
Okay, Freddie,
Mike has a point though, because look, if I'm not mistaken, it was an Achilles and an ACL.
It was twice.
Back to back.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
That's a big
situation like Kawhi, where you're kind of missing a lot of games and kids are coming from all over the world to see you. And the only reason you look on the stat sheet, why isn't Kawhi playing? Where is he? Where's the injury list? Oh, he just didn't feel like it. That's where I look at it and I say, I disagree, but it's agree to disagree. It's nothing about his talent. He's all world. I just feel like I need you out there the majority of the nights. And I get Kenny's point. It speaks for itself, and if you look at the stats, it's not as bad as it looks. You're still missing over 30 games just because you didn't feel 100%. Bron doesn't feel 100% ever.
Bron was doing load management at one point in his career, so don't maybe now it's different.
One point in his career. Kawhi's consistently done that over his career.
Why are we even talking about this?
Elena brought it up.
I just said that Kawhi wasn't a superstar and everybody wants to jump on my case,
we're talking about Kawhi.
Elena tried to.
Because Kawhi hurt. That's why the Bulls are 4-0.
Hey, Brian, I think Elena just got you this week for the hot take.
I got mad love for you, Elena.
Let's go.
I appreciate that, Bishop. Bishop, I appreciate that.
All right, let's move to the last two topics of the night. We see the Golden State Warriors, they started the season off with two big wins, one against my Laker team, with, the big three. They beat us. Then it went on to beat the Clippers, without Kawhi Leonard, but with Paul George, Terrence Mann, and the crew, and Reggie Jackson. And so then
don't do that. Don't do that.
Then they went to go beat.
I had to troll, Pride. I had to troll.
A young Sacramento King team took care of the business. They're 3-0.
That's so crazy. No Kawhi.
Should we have?
Fall to the trap. Don't do it.
Now we're being messy.
Should we have them in the championship? Making it to the finals conversation.
I think so.
Oh hell, here we go. Elena, we taking you away from the hottest moment for the week. We're back to Pride again.
That's how we think.
Thank you, Pride.
I said we should. It all really comes back to see how Clay looks when he comes back.
Yeah.
They're on the good road right now. They're on the right.
Like that.
Freddie, do me a favor, mute yourself. Jesus Christ. They're on the roll, right? They're going in the right direction.
Thank you, Pride.
Clay comes back.
I like that.
He did half of what I said.
That wasn't me this time.
But I'm with Mike because the thing is, going back to back 2-leg injuries, I don't know how he's going to come back. Right now, as they are, I think they are a playoff team. I think Steph can play like this for a long time.
They were a playoff team last year.
Right, but
Facts.
Yeah, but
they were LeBron 3 away. They were LeBron 3 away.
They could be 5. They could be top 5 seed if they keep playing
now
this
you have
way.
a Steph who's understands I need to carry the load, because last year he kind of was like, I'll carry the load, but I guess we got to see these young kids because this is a lost season. Oh wait, it's not a lost season. They kept fluctuating. Now they feel like they could actually make a run. And as long as if Clay comes back, and he doesn't have to be 100% Clay. If he's just 70% Clay, this team is still dangerous because, and I'm pretty sure we all agree here, they are the two greatest shooters in the history of the NBA, and it's not even close. Like people have argued Clay over Steph because he can get hotter. If you want to make the argument, that's fine. I think at the end of the day, everyone else is desperately fighting for third. I don't even think it's close. Freddie, go ahead, take your glasses off. That's fine. The facts will still clear enough for you to see, so you'll be good. But at the end of the day, how Clay comes back. I expect Clay to come back and be fine because he is a jump shooter.
I just bought. That's
don't
fine.
know. That's
fine.
kind of because losing your Achilles and your ACL, 2 separate legs. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting. But as of right now, I do think they can be, and I'm just at this point. I'm not going to get too hyped into it. I'm waiting to see how Clay is. I'm going to give him about 10 games to see how he looks because his first game back, he might look how KD looked like, or he looked like he never left the court, or he might look rough. He might go over. We don't really know. So I want to give him about 10 games. Let's see how he is. Let's see if it's because, again, his stamina, his endurance, he hasn't played in a while. So maybe that could be affected. I want to see how he can, because obviously I think he'll integrate fine. As long as he's okay on the court, this Warriors team, I'm telling you right now, bro, this Warriors team can easily handle the
Freddie, did your mic stand break or something?
You said what?
Freddie, all night long, right on his mouth.
No, for some reason it sounds better.
He wants to get a third mic.
Listen here. You have Steph, you take Clay, take them aside. Okay. You have a kid by the name Jordan Poole, who's going to to me, he's my most improved player of the year. This dude came out, he's straight balling. He's, when Steph go on the bench, even when he's playing, this dude's going off, knocking down threes, driving down the lane, getting guys involved. So I definitely like him. I like the other little shooting guard name. I can't think of his name right now. I like him as well. And Wiseman, let's not forget Wiseman not back. And when he get back, that'll definitely make a change on the interior. We definitely need to see a little bit more out of Draymond Green. We definitely need to see more on the offensive end because there'll be too many times where he's wide open for a shot and he's passing the ball. He's not the same Draymond of old.
Yeah, he's not the same
Draymond. No, but with Klay Thompson coming back, with that floor with a little bit more space, he can go back to the old Draymond where people not going to be on him. That you're going to have to, the defense going to have to respect Klay and Steph. With all that being said, they're not no finals team. Hell no. They're a second round team. Let's put some respect on their name. People want to overhype this team. I understand you got Andrew Wiggins in the crew. I understand that. But what about, are we forgetting about the Utah Jazz with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert? Are we forgetting about them? This Warriors team got to prove it too, Kenny. Are we talking about this Denver? They got
guys on the team with pedigree.
Whatever.
I'll let you go talk without interrupting you. You gonna let me talk without interrupting me? I'm talking. I'm about to show you what we do here on Real Talk. You listen here, like I said. Are we gonna forget about Denver without Jamal Murray in the Joker? Are we gonna just forget that didn't happen? Are we gonna disrespect the Western Conference Finals with the Phoenix Suns with Chris Paul and Devin Booker? I don't expect Devin Booker to be on the funk when the playoff time comes. I expect Devin Booker to do what he did last year. I expect Chris Paul to be Chris Paul. I expect Markelle Bridges to be Markelle Bridges. Are we gonna forget about them? Are we gonna act like, this Laker team gonna be struggling by that time? No, we gonna be rolling. Are we really gonna sit and act like the Warriors is a finals team? Stop it. Pump the brakes. They don't have Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant made them so great. He's not there anymore. Stop it.
You act like Freddie. No. What you won't do, Freddie, what you won't do is act like Freddie, what you won't do is act like they didn't win before Kevin Durant was there. Don't do that. Don't do that.
The league has changed since then too, my brother.
Don't do that.
He didn't have a LeBron James to worry about in the West. He didn't have a Denver team to worry about in the West.
I just got a quick question, Bishop. Do you have a collection plate, Bishop? Because you've been preaching all day today, bro. And I need to contribute, bro, because you own one right now, bro. I need to contribute, bro, because Freddie is on some wild.
You've been contributing the whole show. You've been.
And ready to hear the funny part. I've been making more sense than you. Ready?
I don't know about that. You're the same man that said Kobe Bryant is overrated. So how reasonable are you?
There you go. Right back to it.
Don't take it.
I'm not
Don't
going
take
back.
it, bro. Let it go, bro. Let it go.
4 times, and guess what? I'm off.
Reliable.
But here's the thing, because you mentioned of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was not a necessity. He was a luxury. Kevin Durant made them unbeatable in a 7-game series, yes. But
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You don't want to say you don't know about it when it's the same team that was.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. I can do the same thing. You know why I don't know about that, Elena? You know why? Because your GOAT, LeBron James, the Warriors team was afraid because he found a recipe to beat them without Kevin Durant. You don't sit there like you don't remember that.
That's why he's saying that.
And that's why they went to go get Kevin Durant.
Necessity. That's why he was. That's what exactly what Pride was saying.
He
wasn't a necessity.
Yeah,
But here's the thing. The Warriors were great and dominant without Kevin Durant. Like they didn't need Kevin Durant to push them over the top because they had already proven themselves as a great team.
Did.
Do you think they win another?
If you think about it, if you think about it, and they run it back, the Warriors still have an opportunity to beat the Cavs that following year without Kevin Durant.
They still have an
opportunity. I'm not saying that it's a sure shot that they would. But
Elena, calm down. Elena, that was 2 years in a row. That was 2 years that Cleveland, when LeBron had without Kyrie Irving, without Kevin Love, LeBron had Matthew Dellavedova as your teammate. And then the next year, he came with Kyrie and went to 7 games, beat that 73-19, and had one of the greatest runs ever and beat him. So what are you talking about?
Hey, Freddie, I need you to pick a side of the fence because this was the same LeBron James that you just said quit.
He did quit. He did quit. He has no heart. He has no heart. He did quit.
Then he shouldn't be a quitter.
But here's my point. And it's to take nothing away from what LeBron and them did in that 7-game series. But I also look at it to the point where, to Pride's point, they didn't need him. And I felt like the biggest flaw, in my opinion, Freddie, the biggest flaw of that 2016 finals run for the Golden State Warriors was the fact that they won 73 games, was the fact that they were playing for that record. And if they had rested those guys later into the season, they'd blow it 3-1. Screw that, bro, because your whole statements and everything you say every single show is all if. So I don't want to hear that
shit. Name one.
Every single one. If Russ could be that guy. But Kevin Durant's foot wasn't on the line. I don't want to hear that shit. So guess what, Frankie? If they weren't so tired, they wouldn't have blown that fucking 3-1 lead, and they would have sent Ron home.
Why are they tired?
Stand up, Mike.
I'm just saying it, bro. You mad disrespectful tonight.
I'm not mad. Me mad disrespectful. You had Elena say Kawhi Leonard ain't no superstar, and this man in the corner saying Kobe Bryant is overrated. I'm mad disrespectful. Stop it.
Freddie, you're a troll. You a troll, Freddie. You a troll, Freddie. You a troll.
And real quick,
you a troll, Freddie.
When you say there's a finals team, you do understand that more times than not, there's like 3 to 4 teams that are considered finals teams. So for me,
I can name 3 teams in the West before I get to the Warriors as a finals team.
And guess what I just
say? The fact that they're part of the discussion makes them. You have to give them that. You have to give them that respect.
What respect?
In the discussion.
Yes.
Like you can't dismiss you dismissing them as being a finals contender. I don't think you can do that. But
I'm gonna give a play-in. I'm gonna give a play-in team some respect. Okay.
So I just want to add something.
That's a play-in team. This is a play-in team with just Steph, where they didn't have a full, they didn't have a Klay Thompson, they didn't have a fully healthy Drake. Like, come on, man, they're a LeBron. Away from being a playoff team.
Elena, give me 1 second. Hey, yo, Mike, say that one more time.
The Lakers played them in the fucking play-in.
That's my guy right there.
But we have a different roster too, Mike.
Right. So then how are you gonna say that your team is a contender, but the Warriors can't be a contender now? And they 3-0.
This is a different roster. This is a different roster.
I hate to agree, but Freddie is right.
3 away from being a playoff team. They were LeBron 3 away from being a playoff team. LeBron didn't get that 3. They probably go to the playoffs.
Hold on,
I hate to agree with him. Like,
Go ahead, Chris.
I feel like I'm automatically wrong because I agree with Freddie.
No, state your case.
I'm just trying to see if that was you that said he right.
Hold on, because Freddie's point was like, oh yeah, it was a different team. we can make a case that this Warriors team was a different team because a lot of their key guys were injured. So you can make that argument that this Warriors.
But you're the same man that just said that we can't talk about Clay because we don't know how he's gonna come back for his injury. Your case is denied. Try again.
One thing. I will say.
And you're the same guy who said that they can't win it because they're a playing team, and you want to act as if like the Lakers was not in that same position.
It was a whole. We got 11 new guys. I'm mad. 11 new guys.
Later, talk to him.
So I will say one thing.
Hey, hold up, though. Chris,
the Lakers had more new players on their roster than the Warriors did.
No, and I get that, Nate. I understand that.
Wait, what did Nate say? I can hear.
But my point is this was not 100% Warriors team. If this was 100% Warriors team and they were in the play-in, you got me. I can't say nothing.
That's
but the fact that your second best player is was injured.
You had the same challenges.
A definitive yes or no. I just want to see how Clay looks on the floor, and I want to see how he goes. As of right now,
you don't even know if your head coach is going to be your head coach, and you want to talk about if they're going to the finals or not. I don't understand where you're coming from.
We're going to the finals no matter who our head coach is. No matter who our head coach is.
Now I'm going to make fun of Freddie's Lakers right here. You said earlier that I can think of 3 teams in the West before the Warriors before I can go to the East, right?
Preach, Nate.
All right, here are the 3 teams: Nuggets, Jazz, Suns.
Nuggets, not Nuggets. Not Nuggets without Jamal Murray.
I know.
And not the Warriors without Klay Thompson. It's the same argument.
We're not saying that this team automatically right here is automatically.
They have a chance.
If I'm not mistaken, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure we're all saying they're on the right path, and we need to see Klay come back. And if Klay can be at least 70% Klay, they have a chance. Am I misinterpreting what you said?
No, not at all.
Let's let Chris go. Let's Chris go.
I can see them only getting in the second round, like past the second round, just because of those teams right there. It's right now without Clay, they're the Clippers without Kawhi. Paul George. No, they really are.
They're more talented than that.
No.
Yeah, because I would go with Wiggins. We already talked about Jordan.
I like
we talked about Draymond. We talked about Wiseman.
Draymond
that's 5 guys.
Draymond
let's say 4.
Draymond is not in a role where he is supposed to be, and when Klay comes back, you will see Draymond.
That point forward. That's it.
I agree, but I'm just going off what we see right now. The last couple of years, Draymond have not looked like Draymond Green.
Why is that?
Because he has to. He's expected to do that. Like he has to defend it. So
Mike, when Klay Thompson get back and Draymond still not doing that, then we can say that he lost a step, correct?
When Klay Thompson is back, you can definitely say that, but it's a conversation where
we're gonna book this episode.
Freddie, that when Klay Thompson comes back, that means that Wiggins is going to be open more. That means that Draymond's going to be able to do
exactly.
Specifically be that guy just getting boards instead of having to be productive from an offensive standpoint.
Exactly.
And not only that, guess what? A lot of times Steph is bringing the ball up. Now when Klay comes back, they don't have Draymond. Now you don't see Steph running more. There's a whole bunch of little nuances that Freddie, unfortunately, brother, you're missing, bro.
I'm not missing. You're missing what I'm saying. You're missing nothing.
Freddie, time is past, and I understand it, brother. But you are forgetting about the man that owned your man for years. LeBron's dad, Curry, with full strength and teammates.
Okay, Mike, cut it out.
Own that. Own that. 3 rings.
Cut it out.
Let me say my piece about it. I think they can be a contender. I think it's too early to say that they're,
for sure.
Still remains to be seen, but they can be because, to Pride's point, that once you bring Klay Thompson on that court, that opens the floor up for everybody.
For everybody,
because you got 2 shooters that you can't leave. So that leaves driving lanes for the slash, for Andrew Wiggins to slash, for Draymond Green to slash,
Jordan Poole
forward, Jordan Poole, all those guys, dunk lines for lobs for James Wiseman. That opens up the floor for everybody. So if he comes back, if Klay comes back and he's able to be that guy, that knockdown shooter, and the thing about Klay is he don't have to have the ball in his hands to score.
Kenny, can I ask you a
just
question?
catch and shoot all day long, or come off of picks and come off, single doubles.
Mike, stand up.
To make it happen. So I think they have the potential to be really good.
Did your interview go good, Mike?
I wouldn't count the Warriors out.
I'm not interrupting Kenny.
Kenny, I gotta ask you a question.
Sure.
You talked during everything Kenny said. How are you gonna ask him a question? You didn't even hear him.
I did hear him, Mike. I can multitask.
I spent too much money.
Unlike you with a
Yeah. Kenny, you gave him too much at once.
Kenny, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
On this Warriors team, who can guard the Joker?
What?
Who can guard the Joker?
Oh, you could put Wiseman. You could put
Okay.
Looney.
Hold on, no, that's not
Did you just say Looney?
Looney's not fast enough for him.
We've seen what
Looney's not fast enough. Draymond's
Who's
too
gonna hit
small.
open shot when you double
Who
it
even
off
said
of,
they're
when
gonna
you double off
play
the Joker?
Denver?
Yeah, that's
Anthony Davis.
Who's gonna hit the open shot?
Not only that, no. Okay, matter of fact,
Who's guarding Anthony Davis?
No,
Freddie,
you just
I'm gonna give you-
you talked about Denver. Why you keep changing teams? You
No,
just
it's
asking
like,
about
okay,
Denver.
I'm naming my team that I think they
So
can
right,
beat.
if you doubling Joker, then who's gonna hit the open shot?
Well, you have MPJ, you have Jamal Murray. I mean,
You don't know when Jamal Murray's coming back.
It's the same thing. We don't know when Clay gonna come back, so I don't want to hear that. That's where you just threw yourself out of that debate.
Do yourself a favor. You are arguing with Freddie Delusional.
You just ran on that last topic, so hush. He was running all over the place on that last topic.
I changed his nickname earlier in the show for a reason.
We talking basketball now. This is
so last topic. We got to give the man, the myth, the legend. We got to give him his moment. We got to give him his moment. His Bulls is what? You 4-0, right, Mike?
Yes, Sirski.
So, Mike, are they a top 3 team in the East this year?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. As of right now, the way you look at it, Ben Simmons is gone, Kyrie Irving's gone, and at any moment those things can change. But we're not talking about ifs. We're talking about ifs all damn episode, but we're not talking about ifs. We're not talking about if Kyrie gets a shot. We're not talking about if Ben Simmons decides he wants to play basketball at a championship level. We're looking at it right now. And right now the Chicago Bulls are at the top of the East, and surprisingly the Charlotte Hornets are number 2. It's very early on. I look at it right now. If I had to place on as an overall team and the way they're playing and the way they're constructed, I would say the Bulls are a top 3 team in general, just because of the way they're playing. I think the Lakers constructively, I think definitely can be. They definitely could knock out the Bulls for that title, but the way the Bulls are playing, this is a new team. We're talking about they need 30 to 40 games. Russ needs 30 to 40 games to figure it out. When Alex Caruso, Lonzo, and DeMar get here and they figure it out within 4 weeks. And right now, collectively, this team is 8-0 together, if you're counting the preseason. They're having a great ride right now. Preseason doesn't matter, but it definitely does when you're talking about building team chemistry. And I love what this team is doing. With Billy Donovan, who's a coach of the year in 2020, you definitely have to look at it from that, or 2019. You definitely have to, you always forget because that COVID year is weird. But it's definitely something you take into consideration that the Bulls are running the East right now. And it's very early on. But the Kyle Lowry stuff. Kyle Lowry hasn't been healthy his entire career. Neither is Bam. You have to take those things into consideration. They're a great team. I think the Hawks, the Knicks, they're all great teams. But right now, the Bulls are putting the league on notice in a sense of it's a new front office, it's a new regime. This team plays well together, and even though it's early on, I could match up the Bulls with any team in this league, and I promise you, they might not win that series, but they're gonna be great games. That's the way I look at it. I don't see one team that over the hump is completely blowing out the Bulls, and that's how I look at it. Get me off the effing screen, Freddie. I don't want to be here no more. Y'all making me anxious.
Somebody who else want to run with it?
No, I think the Bulls are off to a great start. I was one of those guys that had some questions about how the fit was going to be between DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. Right? So I got to give him credit. Got to give Billy Donovan credit. Got to give those guys credit in terms of kind of figuring out their roles. And they have some firepower. And Kobe White still is in the waiting in the wings. He'll be back and give them some firepower off the bench. So they got the potential to be a really good team. I think there's no question they should be at least they should be a top 5 seed in the playoffs this year, without question, I think. So it's just a matter of what they're going to do, once they get on that stage, because, none of these guys, besides DeRozan, have any playoff experience. So, now the question is going to be...
You're forgetting about Caruso.
Oh, Caruso. I'm sorry, Caruso.
That's heavy.
Yeah, Caruso. I forgot about him. But besides him and DeRozan, there's not a lot of playoff experience on the team. So the question is going to be how they respond on that stage.
Right.
But they have the talent to absolutely be, an Eastern Conference contender for sure.
Yeah, I was literally just about to touch up on
No one gives a shit, Dominic.
Yeah,
no, you play the teams on your schedule. So,
you
can't hate that. You can't hate on that.
Schedule, right? Not only
that's it. That's all you can do.
And Tom Brady just beat the Bears. So, I mean, you do whatever you want with that.
Right, but if they were to lose, everyone will be saying, see, this is why not working out. Right. So you can't really be, you know what I mean? Because, again, if anyone's going to say, no, they wouldn't have, see what people are doing with the Lakers. They lost the first 2. Freddie was out here about to have a heart attack, and he was like,
stroke.
It was Armageddon and whatnot.
I wasn't about to have no heart attack, no stroke.
So, if we can't really
fire the coach, got the coach on the hot seat.
Yeah,
I slept good that night.
No, you didn't, Freddie.
No, you didn't. Yeah.
I want to. Hey, Mike, this for you, Mike. I truly believe that history always repeats itself.
You know what? You know what? Here go Freddie with the BS, man.
Nah, he getting an MVP chance, though. He getting an MVP chance.
Yeah, he was like, nah, give it to somebody else. But nah, bro, you to go Caruso. But, they're going to be a top 5, but they could potentially be a top 3 seed in the East. That
depends. Again, it just depends how it plays out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, depending. I think, honestly, right now, if they're 6 or below, that's considered a disappointing season.
Yeah,
because
it's very.
It'd be very disappointing, And even if you guys are the 5th and get out in the first round, I think that might be considered disappointing as well. Because this is a pretty solid team. Okay, I'm explaining to you why. You see, the way this team is constructed, right? And Coach, you said
this team haven't went to the playoffs since when? And this be a disappointment. Stop it.
You said that you didn't, Coach. You said that you didn't know how this team would fit. The difference is you have a legit point guard in Lonzo Ball. You got DeMar DeRozan, who in the past has deferred to somebody, whether it was Kyle Lowry or whether it was. And go ahead, you can go ahead and put that.
Dominic, I already told you, bro. I don't give a shit.
That's fine.
You can't control
Talk, Mike.
And that's fine. That's fine. It's fine if you want to feel that way. That's fine. But at the end of the day, this is the same person that if they were to lose, he were to go, oh, see, this is why they're not. So again, don't worry about it. Don't worry about his opinion. But this is a DeMar DeRozan who has deferred to not only Kyle Lowry, but Fred VanVleet, who at the time was an undrafted free agent. So we have seen DeMar DeRozan at times kind of defer to be like, okay, here, let's keep everybody happy. We've seen Zach LaVine be like, yo, I don't care. As long as I get a couple shots up, it is what it is. I don't really care. So you kind of have seen him kind of do his thing. Vucevic is he's just a big man who's like, yo, if you want to run a couple plays, fine. I'm gonna get at least 15, clean up the glass. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get mine. So they all
Dude had 15 and 19 the other night.
Exactly.
Oh, he's like clockwork.
Right.
Yeah,
so they all do different things. So that way, if the defense start getting clogged up a little bit, you can give it to Zach LaVine.
Right. And you still have those guys we didn't even talk about. Patrick Williams is knocking down threes. He's a baby Kawhi Leonard. That's what everybody's saying. He's a great defensive presence. His offense isn't really there yet, but they call him the paw, just like they call Kawhi the claw. He's the paw. They have Caruso. Kobe White hasn't even played yet. He's coming in a couple weeks. We all know what he can be. And now with Caruso being the main ball general on that bench, Kobe can be just the shooter that he is. Kobe's not a floor general. I think of him more of a shooting guard than he is a point guard. I would let Caruso run that offense. But you look at it from that perspective. We got a 6'11" white boy from Europe, 20 years of age. I think it's going to take a few years, but I like the kid. Marco is a definite stud. You got Brown, you got Green, you got a bunch of guys on this team. I keep saying it over and over. This team can hang with anybody, and you can't tell me otherwise, especially because Billy Donovan's leading them. And the one thing that Billy Donovan was missing, we missed the play-in because Zach LaVine got COVID in the last 2 weeks. That killed us. It's an excuse, but it's a valid excuse because of what went down. But it was because Kobe White's not that floor general. Now that he has Lonzo, look what he did with Chris Paul and OKC. By himself, it was Chris Paul. That was it. Now give him this roster. It's Freddie, I don't care if we've missed the playoffs this many years. That's exactly the point. We remember the 90s Bulls, and then after that, nothing. It was just Derek, Joe, and Tibbs, and that was it.
That's why I say it's not going to be a disappointment, Mike.
A first round exit in over 10 years isn't acceptable. We don't do that. We need that now. The fans won't be okay with that. You need to go deep. And don't look at me like that because you ain't in the hood, bro. You ain't from here. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Well, if that's the case,
yeah,
what'd you say?
Talk to him, phone him.
You ain't know how we feel down here, dog. It hurts.
I don't know how that feels. You're right. I don't know. I mean, I do know, but not as much as y'all do.
Ain't acceptable when 3 years ago Cameron Payne was your number one option. So no, it's not okay.
You got, but chill though, Mike. You gotta. You're gonna be happy making the playoffs now. You're not gonna go from being a lot
who they meet and who they get eliminated by.
You and Kenny's situation from last year. He was happy that the Knicks just made it there. He was just happy.
My team has been trash forever.
Not with this roster. That
it would depend on who they meet though in the playoffs.
A little bit of something. But you don't.
Yeah, depending on
like if you get eliminated by like the Pacers or maybe even the Hawks,
get the 5
be upset about that.
Losing the first,
but if you beat the Bucks,
losing the first round, there you gonna be mad.
If I lose to the Bucks, that's perfectly fine. But if I lose,
but I'm saying like before.
If I lose to LaMelo Ball by himself, I will kill myself.
That's extreme. But like at the beginning of the year, I had Chicago in 4. I thought they'd be a 4 seed. So if they lose to the 5th seed, I mean, is that really that bad?
Yes.
It's bad to the sense of, here's what I'm trying to say. With the Knicks, and Kenny, tell me if I'm wrong. I think Kenny froze. But the biggest thing for me was, all right, D Rose is one of your number one point guards. The biggest problem is you're missing that. You're missing that guy to set up Julius. You're missing that guy to set up Obi, who really wasn't effective. But you're missing those guys. Mitchell Robinson was injured. So you were happy to be there. But now that you have Kemba, now that Mitchell's healthy, now that all these guys, Obi's in year 2, you need
to definitely want to make the second round at least. Yeah, I get your point. I'm just saying, like,
but even with your argument with just that, Mike, like they made it last year, so they're happy to be there. So this year they want to build off of that. Like,
right. But the thing is though, Chris, with that, we don't know what happens with Zach LaVine at the end of this season. So I'm not happy with just a first round exit. It's all in or all out because we don't know what's going to happen with him or if he stays.
That's a good point.
And Caruso's my starting shooting guard. This whole rebuild was for nothing.
And that's actually
okay. I give you that.
Yeah,
that's that makes sense.
First round exit is good enough for me because Zach don't leave.
That makes sense.
Because that's the thing. If they fail and they don't do anything like in the playoffs,
do you think
the possibility that their starting piece just dips and says, "Yo, I'd rather go somewhere else." So
do you think that would make him leave though? A first round?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like he could be happy. Okay, we are in the playoffs. We're building towards something. DeMar's here.
You look at the history. You look at the history of the team. We are not generous. We're the only real guy you were really generous to, other than Michael Jordan, and it's because it's the simple fact that it's Michael Jordan. You lowball Scottie Pippen. You lowball Joakim, you lowball all these guys throughout the year. You make Jimmy leave because of Fred Hoiberg and then fire Fred Hoiberg in the same year. My point is, you don't know if they're going to offer Zach the max. Other teams like Sacramento already proved they're willing to offer Zach the max. We just matched it. That's the problem. Zach will not leave if we go to the Eastern Conference Finals. If we lose in the first round and they don't offer him that money, I truly think Zach leaves, and I don't blame him.
Well, okay, that's for money, though.
I agree with Chris in the sense of
right. But if you have a championship caliber team, I don't think he leaves because that's exactly what he's been adamant about, and that's what he's been expressing throughout Chicago is that he just wants to play good basketball. And as long as his paycheck is nice, it doesn't have to be a super max. It doesn't have to be a max contract as long as it's nice. Now, if you lose in the first round or you don't even make it or you lose in the play-in and you don't offer him that contract, this was all for nothing. And we're going
sure. And I definitely think that Zach wants his money, and I think he's going to get his money. But what I'm saying is that, like, I think Chris alluded to it. If they played the Bucks in the first round, I don't think Zach's gonna be like, all right, I'm out, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's the Bucks, but you also have something to build upon because it's not just Zach LaVine by himself anymore. You got a DeMar, you know what I'm saying, like you have other players around him that you got a core that y'all all are young, y'all can build upon it, and y'all have veteran leadership as well with DeMar DeRozan. So it's not like it would be a situation where Zach LaVine is just isolated by himself. And then it's just like, okay, we're going into this first round. We know we're gonna lose, and then he would probably look elsewhere if that was the case. Mm-hmm. But he actually has a core, like Pride was saying, he actually has the court to play upon now. So it's like, okay, we lose in the first round, but at least we have something to build upon, because let's keep it real. The Chicago Bulls haven't really been relevant in the playoffs for a really long time.
Very long time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Since like the D Rose prime years. So it's like,
And then Billy Donovan too. Like, let's not forget, he's a good coach. Like,
he's
a player's coach. He's good with young players. He's good with veteran players. Like,
especially offensively too.
Yeah, I agree with Elena. I don't feel like Zach will leave because, like she said, DeMar just got there. So I feel like if they go out in the first round, I feel like he'll be like, all right, this is our team. We just getting it together. We're not quite gelled yet. We haven't got it to
we got something.
We got something. We probably need to work on a few things, build our chemistry a little harder. And I feel like Zach will stay.
Right, without a doubt.
Like I said,
you look at it from the perspective of OKC, and even with the Warriors and KD, it don't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I feel the way they feel. And look at what happened with Russ and KD. All right, we had a 3-1 lead, and we got beat by the better team. We're that close to winning it next year. Nah, it don't matter.
Right.
KD's gone, and that's just the fact of the matter. Some guys are just willing to do that. And when you're playing in Chicago, there ain't a lot of reasons why to play here. It really ain't. There really ain't. So to lose Zach, I think, is exactly what this season is to me. I think this season is winning over Zach.
And
he stay in Chicago and be the man, though?
I think he can. Right now, he's averaging over 30 points. So I think he's definitely the man.
But he can stay there and be the man. I mean, if he goes somewhere else, like you brought up Sacramento, he goes to Sacramento or somewhere, they're going to pay him a lot to do what? The exact same thing. Go to Chicago with a lesser chance.
Chicago could pay him. So at the end of the day, the ball is going to be in your court.
Right. All right, gentlemen. What's up, Trayvon? How you doing?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good.
What's good, Trey?
All right, let's hit the last topic of the night up real quick.
Wait, Freddie, you didn't talk about the Bulls at all. Are you hating?
Jealous? I'm not hating it out. They're a top 3 team. They are top 3 team.
You didn't comment on it. Like, compliment Mike.
Okay. Compliment Mike. Mike, stand up. I will. Mike just had to, he's smart. Go after all the former Lakers. He's smart. He got Lonzo Ball down there doing his thing. He got a triple-double the other night doing his thing, knocking down that 3 ball.
Y'all couldn't wait to ship Lonzo out of town. Knock it off.
Exactly. I love Lonzo. If there's one
thing I wish, lifetime Laker, get out of here. He was a cup of coffee.
If there's one Laker that I wish that we would have kept, it was Lonzo. I knew. I wasn't like all these other fans. I knew what Lonzo represented. I knew Lonzo might not be that throw. He might not have been that scoring threat, but he did everything else. So I definitely,
No, you want to keep Dwight, Freddie. You
wanted to keep Ingram. You didn't want to keep.
Ingram and LeBron didn't fit together too
well. They did. They did.
You wanted Rondo.
But like I was saying, let me talk about these Bulls team. I'm not talking about my team. My team, we 1-2, whatever the hell we are. I'm talking about the Bulls. Then you're talking about
Melo. We had Melo for like 2 seconds. We cut him.
Yeah, that is true.
I was in Jersey, then I read it again and it said, waved him. I was like, oh.
Then you talking about Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is, doing what Zach LaVine do, what he do every year. This dude is, everybody wanted to call him just a dunker. No, this dude is a bona fide scorer. This dude can score on all levels. Yes, then you bring in Vucevic on the inside. The Bulls can play on the inside and outside and mid-range with that into DeMar DeRozan. Then you have Caruso, like Mike said, running that second unit. They're a deep team. One thing about this, it's all coaching, and Billy have coached great teams, and he knows how to make them gel. So, it's the Bulls' time right now, man, and I actually have them winning the playoff round this year. And once you win that first playoff round, you can go anywhere with it. So, but there you go, Chris. Are you happy now? Do you want a cookie?
A little bit, but let's not forget. Nate, can you chime in real quick about Freddie's bet that he lost me Friday?
Ooh, what's a bet?
Where's your Cowboy shirt?
Wait, what?
That wasn't a bet.
What is this on here?
What bet?
So there was a bet. There was a bet that if the Suns end up beating the Lakers on Friday, he was supposed to wear a Cowboy shirt. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, so the man lost the bet.
That wasn't no bet. I thought it was my profile picture.
It was a profile picture.
Yeah, I'll never do that. I never would no cowboy on my skin. You ain't gonna burn my skin.
And you showing $25
start talking like
Mike, you want a t-shirt, man?
I want 25.
Hey, so let me finish this bet. So what you supposed to do with the Cowboys? I need to hear this.
Nothing with the Cowboys. It's supposed to be. My profile picture need to be a plate of a salad for a week. I started Sunday, Chris.
Oh hell no!
It's because it's a side story to it. My cousin, Chris went to my cousin's job. No, my cousin went to Chris' job because then he got to talking about me, and then she mentioned that all I eat is, I don't eat vegetables. I eat nothing, but
like at
potatoes. I don't eat. I just eat meat, potatoes, and stuff. I don't eat no vegetables.
Your frame gives that away. But go ahead.
Oh man, okay. I'm gonna ignore that.
Now, where I thought it was a Cowboys shirt.
No, I would never put none of I will never put no Cowboy jersey on. It's so bad. It's so bad. If I had a son and he got drafted by the Cowboys,
I know your pops got a jersey for you, so it's not like it's not a problem. I know your pops got one for you.
Oh, he got plenty of them.
That's right. So don't make that bet because I'm the king of jersey bets, so you don't want that smoke.
But let's get to this next topic, man. This last topic for the night. We're not gonna stay too long on it. We're gonna preview Thursday night football. In my opinion, it's already over. Get Cardinals off the next luckiest break ever yet again. I had the Packers winning. I had the Packers winning at first, but Devontae Adams went down with COVID, and a few others gonna be gone. So. Whoever want to go with it can roll with it. Trayvon, let's let Trayvon go since he just joined.
So when I look at it, man, I thought the same thing when Cleveland lost half all they skilled players. I thought they was going to basically be able to. I thought Denver was going to run roughshod over them. I know we're talking about Arizona. I'm a 49ers fan, so I feel a certain type of way about Arizona. I don't know. I'm not ready to just give it to Arizona yet. That as Stephen A. Smith would say, that bad man is still at the helm. Unless
no, sir. It's like this. He's a bad.
Yeah, no, we got him out of here.
Wow. Dang, he cut himself off. But yeah, so
perfect.
That's perfect. He said that's perfect. There you go.
Yeah, so that's my take. I'm not ready to just hand it over to Arizona yet. I gotta wait for it a little bit.
So what I did, I'll be honest with you, even with Devontae, I thought the Cardinals had this. You know what I mean? Like, granted, I'm not gonna say that the Cardinals was gonna, stop on them or anything, but I thought it would be like a one-score game, and I thought the Cardinals would get the win. Now that Aaron Rodgers is in essence losing his best weapon, and I don't even think nobody is going to debate that at all. Him losing his best weapon is probably really going to affect him, especially they're 5-1. Aaron Rodgers really don't want to be there. I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of just doesn't really care, which. I wouldn't blame him.
I hate that narrative.
Yeah, I was about to ask that question. Y'all think he's still?
He did that in New Orleans, and he doesn't care because he showed us. Yeah, we could lose a game, look like a complete mess. Then the next week, see what happens. So he showed.
But let me ask you this though, Prod. Do you feel like he don't care because he knows that it's possible this could be his last season in Green Bay?
Yes, because the thing is,
that's why you think he doesn't care.
Not only that, but also even though it's a highly anticipated game, if they were both healthy, I think Aaron Rodgers would try to come out and prove a point. I think the way he's thinking is like, look, I'm not really playing for the MVP. I'm playing to try to get a chip. And if we can't get a chip, it is what it is. I'm dipping anyway. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Now, if he had the current contract he had, which if I'm not mistaken, the current contract he was here for this year and then next year. It was a 3-year deal? So if he had that deal, then I'm pretty sure he would have no choice. But the mere fact that obviously he's Aaron Rodgers, he's still playing at a high level, he can pretty much just at this point do whatever he wants. And as long as it doesn't look like A, he's getting too injured and no one will have faith in him, or B, it looks like the whole Max Kellerman, the Tom Brady cliff theory, as long as none of those two things happen, there's at least 4 teams who will forget blank checks. they will throw a piece of ownership. They will give Aaron Rodgers that to bring them there. So if I'm Aaron Rodgers, would I try? Yeah, I would. But if he doesn't, I'm not really going to be like, oh my God, Aaron, what are you doing? I'm going to look at the situation and be like, yo, you lost your best receiver. Why kill yourself and do this? But at the end of the day, we all know you're still making the playoffs. You know what I mean? You're still going to win. So it's, you know what I mean? So to me, it's kind of like, you know how usually teams kind of take a game off here and there? If the Packers were to do that, this would probably be the game. But again, I say that only because Davante Adams is out. If he was healthy, then we'd be having a whole separate conversation.
Right. And I'm going to say this as a Bears fan, and it's going to be unbiased. I feel like this is a game where you take out Jones, you take out Rodgers, you put in Love, and you put in Dillon. And Dillon's been very effective, so that's no discredit to Dillon. But it's definitely something where this is not a game against this defense, especially with this banged-up offensive line. Without Adams being an impact out there, they know that they could blitz this entire game. They understand that Lazard isn't like that. They understand that Van der Lesch and Cobb aren't like that. I will say this. A lot of jokes for Packers fans.
Mike, are you saying start Jordan Love over Aaron?
For this week? I don't know. They're not going to do
I would. But the only reason I'm going to go with Mike on this is, frankly, if you're going to win the game.
That's a lot.
That's basically great. That's just basically.
I'm not just saying you're giving up.
No.
That's a sense the image to the fans and everybody that you don't care about this. I get what you're saying.
It's huge. That's huge.
First and foremost, it's not his last game. And second, if they were to do that, I wouldn't be that mad because remember, more than likely, that's going to be your starter next year. So at some point, you're gonna have to put the kid out there so that way you can be like, okay,
you at least bring him out.
But yeah, you don't
at least play Aaron Rodgers at least first half.
No, so, that's what I mean. I don't mean that completely. My biggest thing right now is I also want to point out, there were a lot of laughs about Matt Nagy getting COVID this morning by Packers fans. And then the afternoon rolled around and I click at my phone and I go, oh, but it's not so funny now, is it? It's different. See, I don't laugh about COVID. I don't think it's a joke. I think no matter, whether you're the biggest dude in the room or you're the smallest dude in the room, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for Davante Adams. I'm just pointing out the simple fact that that's tough. Like, I know that's right. I know that's how it is. And us missing Matt Nagy actually might do us better than harm. But them missing Davante Adams in a game like this really is huge, especially because not because of the Chicago Bears, obviously not because of the Detroit Lions, but because the Minnesota Vikings are kind of starting to figure things out little by little. And I understand that they're probably not going to walk away with the division because realistically, I'm going to say it with my chest, I don't see the Green Bay Packers losing more than three games this season following that Saints loss. Now, I'd say they could lose about 4, but I don't see them losing 5. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it from that perspective. But
they could probably win that division with 11 wins, though.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't believe in Minnesota and in Chicago.
See, but you don't need to believe in Minnesota. You don't need to believe in Minnesota, but you do need to believe in breaks. And teams get breaks. We've seen the Minneapolis Miracle. We've seen what happened with the Rams. We've seen what happened with the Saints. We've seen this stuff happen. So you have to account into that always. And this line looks bad. This defense isn't good. Like, let me tell you something real talk. I'm just being real. Like, Aaron Rodgers he owns us. He owns us and he always will own us. But he did not throw over 200 yards against this Bears secondary. And that was a problem to me. So I think this week they actually got a pass by not having Davante Adams because I think they were going to lose this game. And I don't think that it was going to be pretty. I don't think it was at all.
So to go back into what y'all was talking about, to play anti-advocate to the situation, I think this is an opportunity for Aaron to show that he still is that man. Like, this is no bigger stage for him. Like y'all was all saying that it's probably his last year. So with this being his last year, I think that he's going to show like, okay, yeah, Davante Adams, but this is me. It ain't because Davante is a contributor to what I'm doing, but this is me. And let me show y'all what I still can do. So that way that check does roll in and he doesn't have any discrepancies or no one can look at him and be like, oh, he without a premier wide receiver or it's not Aaron. It's not all Aaron. I think this is his opportunity to show like, hey, I do this. This is all me.
Right.
But does anybody really think that though? Unless you're just an Aaron Rodgers hater, like
right?
Nobody's thinking that Davante is making him.
Yeah,
nobody's really thinking that Davante's making Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, 100%.
It sounds like with Tom Brady. Like he played bad his last year in New England, but he was, people still wanted him. I mean, like Fry said, people are going to offer Aaron Rodgers a plane, the team jet to come just to even meet with them.
Right, and that's the thing. Like Trey, I would agree with you if there were questions if Aaron Rodgers could still play. If there were questions like that, I'd be like, yeah, Aaron kind of he got to go out there and show. But there's really no question. No one's really saying, oh yeah, Davante Adams is making Aaron Rodgers. No one's really saying that. The only people
only Skip Bayless, and that's because he's a Rodgers hater.
But so true enough. But that potentially could be the rhetoric after this game if he doesn't show up because he hasn't missed Davante Adams except for
Davante Adams. If I'm not mistaken, the Davante Adams was in that Saints game.
Yeah, he was,
and they lost, and they got lost pretty bad. So you know what I mean. So even if he loses without Davante, it really won't matter. Because in me personally, I'll just be like, okay, yeah, he lost, but look at the Saints game. Davante was there, so we can't really say no disrespect to Davante, but we can't really say if Davante was there if it really would have changed their fortune all that much.
And that Saints game, let's pump the brakes on that Saints game. We've seen them lose bad on their first game before, so what do you get? NFC Championship. So I keep hearing you say the Saints. That Saints game didn't mean jack nothing, just like Roger said. So stop.
But it's still a loss.
Yeah, but it don't mean nothing. But it don't mean nothing.
I think
that it don't mean nothing.
But it's still a loss, though.
But it don't mean nothing.
But I'm not saying it's the end all be all. But at the end of the day,
making it seem like that.
Are they 6-0 or 5-1?
It don't matter. That all didn't mean nothing.
I think that Saints game was more of an attrition to the fact of all the turmoil that went on before Aaron got there. Like that's what it came from. That
was the one they needed just to clear the air so that way everyone can move on, everyone can get all their stuff out, and then back to that game, everyone got on the same page and they've been on a roll.
Like that game kind of helps Aaron Rodgers because like you can be like, okay, he did terrible this game, and then he comes back and look at him now.
And on top of that, you can be
that raises his stock.
He could say I could play terrible, and they could be like, "See, this is what Jordan Love could be doing. He could be a."
And he proved himself, and that's the thing. Aaron Rodgers, after that game, after that loss to the New Orleans Saints, he's actually proved himself. He made that first game, like a lot of teams, like what I'm saying. I even hate to say it, but even the Dallas Cowboys, even though they played, the Super Bowl defending Super Bowl champions in Tampa Bay, they gave Tampa Bay a real good game. But look how they bounced back after that game. They 5-1 ever since then. I hate the Cowboys, but you got to give it to them. The Cowboys are a great team, or a good team. I'm sorry. They're looking real good. They're probably going to win the NFC East without question. But tomorrow I don't see Aaron not playing. That playing Jordan Love, I see where y'all coming from. I could get where y'all coming from because he does probably need to get that time in so he can learn, because he probably will be the starter next year. Mm-hmm. But still, I don't like you said, I think that'll bring, like Chris said, I think that'll bring a lot of questions and make a lot of fans feel some type of way if Aaron isn't in that game.
The only rebuttal I have to that is, first and foremost, they're going to have to talk to Aaron. They're going to have to send him and say, Aaron, this is what we're thinking about doing. Are you cool with it, or do you want to play? That's first and foremost. And
you have to play him. It's just a matter of how long. Like, if this game's out of control, Aaron, we'll pull you. But if there's a shot, like, you got to put him in. You have to. Like, there's no way around it.
And not only that, the fact of the matter that you playing a team that's undefeated.
Exactly.
You're playing an undefeated team. That's an opportunity to change everything because you give them their first loss. That changes everything in the division.
And there's a hell of a chance that you're going to see them again.
Yes, a real good chance.
But I don't think that really matters because remember last year the Bucs lost to the Saints and it really didn't matter in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I feel like that kind of. I don't want to say fully doesn't full blown.
I get what you're saying. I do agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead. Okay, you got Aaron Rodgers. You come out there, you ball out, and you beat the Cardinals. Like, what does that do for y'all? The Cardinals come out. I mean, now like the Cardinals gonna want to meet them later on. So it just works. Like, if the Cardinals come out and crush the Packers, okay, you got the excuse Adams didn't play.
Right.
It doesn't really hurt Aaron to play. Unless he gets hurt. I mean, but
facts.
Which I get it. I'm not saying he shouldn't play. I'm just saying
it looks worse if he doesn't.
It does.
No, I feel you. You know what I mean? But if I'm
especially for the situation in which he's in, being that he may leave. That really looks really bad.
I understand.
Like it's honestly more of a risk for him not to play. Because like there's really only positives that can come from it. If you win, you just stop the undefeated Cardinals. If you lose, you don't have Davante Adams. The Cardinals are undefeated.
Right.
And then they have the head-to-head at the end of the day, if it even comes down to it as well. So it's some pros in beating them because they're in the NFC, and like I just said, and potentially if they meet each other,
you're in their head already.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Absolutely.
I get that to an extent because at the same
but you don't think that like kind of what you said though, like that the Saints didn't. I mean, the Bucs didn't want to be Saints even more. Granted, like it's the playoffs, so of course you want to win. But like, man, they kicked our ass twice.
Right.
Well, I don't really think it. I don't want to say it didn't matter. I feel like regardless if they would have lost, because the thing is when they lost to the Saints, if I'm not mistaken, they lost to the Saints and then went on a bye week. I feel like
and then one out.
And then regardless of who they played, if they lost there, they're going into that bye week looking in the mirror. So my thing is, I don't even think it really matters if they lost to the Saints or not. I think regardless if they win, even if they win, I think they're still kind of looking in the mirror saying like, bro, we're supposed to be this powerhouse. We're supposed to be this juggernaut. What's really going on? Then obviously they came out, they figured it out, and they went. But again, I kind of feel dumb for bringing it up because at the same time, it's kind of is a different situation because Tom is not only is he locked up, he's bought in, and Tom is like, bro, not only am I staying here and I'm trying to win. I'm not really thinking about nothing else. The problem with Aaron is kind of like, I'm here for the year, but after that, who knows what I'm gonna do? I might retire. Jeopardy, Jeopardy was lit or whatever. The Niners gonna be like, hey, yo, Papa, what's up? And he gonna be like, hey, yo, give Jimmy G out of here. Who, by the way, I think is who Tom Brady was referring to as that mother effer.
Oh, 100%.
Positive.
Nobody, yeah.
It can't be Jimmy G because they're like it's Derek Carr. Like you're smoking her. It's gotta be Jimmy G. But it's him. And on top of that, again, like I said earlier, there's a lot of teams that will literally be like, Aaron, you're a starting quarterback, and you're the new owner. Like there's a lot of teams who would literally do that. So it's kind of like, I don't want to call it a meaningless game, but for Aaron, it kind of is to an extent because let's call it what it is. Even if they lose out, there's still going to be that one team that's still going to be like, yo, that's Aaron Rodgers. And they're still going to try to, you know what I mean? Like in terms of the team, they want to win this game, But as the guy who's, the quarterback, he's kind of like, whether or not we win, doesn't matter. As long as we make the playoffs, my reputation ain't sullied. Whatever, I'm going after this.
Doesn't it boost it though? Like I'm saying,
I don't think so because the only way you can boost it is I don't even think another MVP can boost his reputation. I think a Super Bowl is the only thing. A Super Bowl in his final year with the Packers is really the only thing that can really boost his reputation at this point.
So this game does play a role in that. Just simply down the line, man. If you talk with the Cardinals at the end of the year, you need that home field because where do you want to play?
That's what I was getting.
Do you want to play in Arizona or Green Bay? I mean, that's two different things.
Yeah,
like,
Green Bay playing at that frozen turf is going to cause a problem.
Yeah, Arizona has to come to Green Bay in January.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray ain't ready for that.
That's right, and that's my whole thing.
Which I understand it could, long-term ramifications could, play a big deal regardless of who, you know what I mean? Like, so I understand, there is ramifications, but at the end of the day, let's say they, personally, I don't think it's going to matter. I really don't, because I think it's really going to be, personally, I think the Cardinals are going to have the best record in football. I think they'll probably have like maybe 2 losses. And I think Mike said it earlier, I'm looking at this Packers team and I can see, when they have like, going out to like 3-4 losses, you know what I mean? And, again, but the way I'm really speaking at it, because like I said, I think the Cardinals are going to win. Even with a healthy Devontae, I thought the Cardinals were going to win. So maybe, I don't know, Bishop. I feel like I'm maybe coming at it from like a biased point of view.
No, I mean, no, I totally understand everything which you're coming, how you coming from, and what you mean, and I totally understand in regards to Aaron Rodgers, because he may be what you're saying. He may be looking at it like that. He may be saying to himself, you know what, this is a pointless game. Really, I don't have my key players. I don't have my key receivers. We've got so many missing parts. It really doesn't matter if we win this game. I just need to. I just know that we need to make the playoffs because of the fact that, I'm still trying to hold my reputation. But I do understand what you're saying in regards to also the fact that only thing that could boost his reputation even more is to win a Super Bowl. So then it comes down to, okay, maybe he should play the game because then it goes back to home field advantage. You know what I'm saying? So it's a touchy subject on how either way it goes.
I know we're getting close to get ready to close, but I wouldn't even think that that necessarily just like I even think still another MVP season will do it for the most part and bring him close. Because if he gets close, it's like, yeah, you ain't close it out. It might take in consideration, like we're talking about having the Arizona loss, that if they would have had Devontae Adams on that game, presumably that would have made a difference. So I think it's anything, even the NFC Championship game, MVP it might not boost to the extent as a Super Bowl would, but I think it will put them in position where they're going to be like, okay, yeah, we still need this guy. This is a guy that's still able to take our organization to the promised land. Like you say, saying wishful thinking San Francisco could get him, or why Trey Lance still sits in the back, or saying anyone. Carolina's like they're talking about because they say Sam Darnold isn't doing. So any of that I think would be productive for them to be like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead after him.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this. I know we about to close, but real quick, let me ask all of y'all this one question in regards to Aaron Rodgers. Do you think if he it's really two questions. If he gets him to, say he does get him to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl, do y'all think he would stay? And if
he's out no matter what.
Yeah, he's out.
I think where
he's dipset. Y'all don't think there's no way to keep him?
He can get Super Bowl MVP.
He's dipset. It's over.
He's gone.
And and the only reason I say that is because if he believed this team could win an MVP, he wouldn't have shortened his contract. If he had faith in this team, he would have ran it out with those 3 years. But the fact that he didn't tells me that in his mind, I don't believe we can. But even if we do, I still don't.
Hell, there's a better chance he retires than being Green Bay next year.
100%. I agree. I agree with that. 100%. But to wrap it up, Bishop, final thoughts on the whole episode.
My final thoughts, man. Great night on everything which we talked about, all the way from from like just now Aaron Rodgers, all the way to, of course, what we talked about, Kawhi, all of those things, man. The Bulls, how they're doing, being 3-0 first in the division and stuff like that. I think we had a great night, man, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I enjoyed everything. Pride, Chris, Trey, I know you came on late, but all the guys and girls that was on here, man, we had a good time tonight, man. I enjoyed it a whole lot.
Yes, sir. Chris, you got the mic,
man. I gotta agree with Bishop, man. It was a pleasure. Bishop, you brought me on. I was just watching, then you started Chris Paul slander. I couldn't have that, man. I couldn't have any of that. I'm gonna take Chris Paul off the list. What? But man, it was a very good show. I love everybody's energy, man. I appreciate y'all letting me join y'all tonight. Thank you.
Of course.
We love having you on, man. That was good.
Yes, sir. Trey.
I was watching, and I was you say that I sit up and hit Sean up. It's like, hey man, I was like, send me the link so I can get on. I'll try to get on when y'all had that Kawhi conversation going on. I won't give my comments because I don't want to get it cracking again. But but it was very insightful. I was kind of, when he sent me the link, because I was in the process of doing homework, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get on. And then a subconscious mind to do what it do. Next, I found myself logging in and pushing the homework to the side and all that type of stuff. So it was very insightful. Homework could be done by next week and class will be done. So I'll be able to get it in with you guys a little bit earlier.
Yeah, 100%. Well, like always, I appreciate you guys just allowing me to be here because it's fun. It really is.
It really is. Yes,
it is. I like it, man.
Yeah, what I kind of like is we all disagree, but at the end of the day, somehow we always laugh about it.
Right.
Even if you guys think I'm crazy, you feel me?
Hey, Pride, you didn't take the bait tonight, man. I really respect
you.
You
didn't. I give it to you, Pride. You didn't. You didn't. They tried too. They tried.
And guess what? I'm gonna tell you right now. One day I'm gonna have the energy, and when he brings it up, I'm gonna snap. And I'm gonna tell everybody, 5 times, bro.
Yeah, he did.
I got witnessed it, man. Witness it. If I ain't on the show, man, tag me or something, man.
He did. He tried to get.
Yeah, not 100%. But yeah, it's always fun with you guys. You know what I mean? Being able to talk sport, just listen to each. Everyone's different. Opinions. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people got the right opinion, and sometimes you have no idea what they're talking about, which apparently is everything I say. But on behalf of ASAP, this has been Real Talk. On behalf of your boy Pride, Chris, Sean, and Trey, and everyone else that was here, appreciate you guys watching. See you on the next one.
Peace. Y'all be easy.